I think Uche needs a mic. He has one, right? Okay, thank you. Thank you. That will be, let me
Our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time.
Yeah.
All these we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you.
Biafra Republic!
Peace, unity, progress, and equity!
Biafra Republic!
Peace, unity, progress, and equity!
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. You must understand this. The greatest task on this very earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it's just like trying to keep an Igbo man away from gossip. Hey, it's impossible now. Come on, for goodness sake. How can you keep an Igbo man away from gossip? Oh no, please, give me a break. Anywhere there is gossip, you find them there. Gossip, the gossip is sweeter than honey for Igbo man. Gossip. Unverified rumors and gossip is like honey to them. That is how hard it is trying to remove the bottle from the mouth of a baby saboteur is as hard as trying to get a black man to reason properly. As one brother wrote very eloquently, he said there are saboteurs everywhere, that every ethnic group have their own saboteurs, but there is something special about an Igbo sabo. that an Igbo saboteur is a special breed altogether. That his own sabo is spiritual saboteur. What drives him or her, he or she wouldn't know. If they try to be like you and they cannot be like you, the next thing is envy. And another thing is, what do I do to bring him down to my level? They're going to sabotage. That's the way they are. It's in their nature. Nobody can take that away from an Igbo man. It's how they are. That's how they are wired.
All right. So we are reading from the book of Obadiah, from chapter 1 from verse 10. He said, for violence against your brother Jacob, for violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. Are you all listening? Let me repeat it again. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10, say, for violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. All of you have seen the way the people who claim to be fighting for Biafra, you know that this is a special week we are, okay? What has happened today? Some of them, all the things they have done in the past, they have gone back to it and start taking glory. They are taking glory. After they wage violence against their own brother. Let me read from 11. In this one, go to Nigeria. In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers carried captive his forces, when foreigners entered his gate and cast lot for Jerusalem, even you were as one of them. Hey! Are you people following? The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 11, say, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers, Fulani government and their politicians, strangers carried captive his forces, when strangers entered his gate, when strangers entered our land and they cast lots for Jerusalem, even you, the people that claim they are fighting for Biafra, even you were one of them. Even you were one of the strangers. Even you were one of those who have come to carry the forces. We are going to do wonders. I want you all to understand that we are in a very big battle. Battle for freedom is not for lily-livered people. is not for kids. Battle for freedom, they throw bombs, rockets for people to get freedom. So freedom is not meant for people that are too emotional. It's not meant for people that somebody will talk this and talk that and they begin to shiver. No. I am born for Biafra to come. And I'm going to help Mazinam Kanu to get Biafra. Believe me. Go and mark today's date. I want to assure Biafrans, so long as you continue to stand on your freedom, I will be there for you. So long as you continue to maintain that you have a right to live, I, Simon Ekpa, will be there. Any day, anytime.
Prayer. There is no room for sabotage. I am not fighting Biafra freedom with a clean eye. Then I'm telling you people today, if you know you are going to occupy any position in the Biafra de facto government in the homeland, listen and pay attention. I don't have friend. I don't know anybody. I don't know you. You are not my friend. The only thing that we are doing brought us together is that you have volunteered to serve Biafra people in the homeland. If you become a problem, you will regret it. It is a call to serve Biafra people, not a call to serve Simon Ekpa. Not a call to build clique, not a call to form cabals in your various states. Not a call to do paddy in the Biafra government. The price and the consequences is heavy. Many people have died in this struggle. You must listen to instruction. You must take directive and don't joke with it.
All of us Biafrans in the British cabinet, the Federal Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed in our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. So,
all right. So we had. I want you to understand that forget whatever that is going on social media. Forget whatever that the Nigeria terrorist states are saying on social media and behaving on their National Assembly. They know that the game is over. I am telling you the fact. The northern Nigeria know that the game is over. I know what is going on within them. The presidency of Nigeria know that the game is over. The Senate President Akpabio knows that the game is over. The only people that do not know, or maybe they are just skeptical, are the gullible one Nigerians who are believing in the Nigeria terrorist army that they have the capability to eliminate Biafrans, don't knowing that I actually lost the war already before even the war started.
all of us Biafrans in the British cabinet, the Federal Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed in our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. So, message, Biafra men and women hear that ugly message from those that claim they are following our Prime Minister. Meanwhile, they were planted to destroy what we are doing. And it is the task of each and every one of us here to make sure that Biafra land is a land where respect for men and women exists. Respect, equity, justice, inequality exists. That is what the United States of Biafra is going to stand for. Anybody following individuals that believe that therefore cannot talk to them. Those crop of individuals do not belong to the current Biafra we are building. Nobody will bring them near. Not why some of us are here. So I'm going to get back in touch with you or give me a call in the next 24 to 48 hours. And we already have a plan in place. Our young men and women, nobody will demean you. Nobody will demean you. You all saw our attorney who confirmed our redeclaration. She's a young lady like some of you, and she knows what is playing out. She stood in Finland and declared that this generation, the next generation, can never, ever be undermined by any individual who believes because he is a man, he can undermine the woman in Biafra land. That will never happen. We will chase them so far from the leadership of this United States of Biafra. Thank you so much, and give me a call in the next 2.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today on another morning section. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program wherever you are joining from. If you are joining me on TikTok, I welcome you. I thank you for being part of this program. Please tap the screen and share the program to others to join us. If you are watching from Facebook, equally share the screen. Like and share to everyone that you can reach so that they can join us on this section to get some education on what is going on. For those who are joining me on the platform where I'm hosting this program, David Herbert channel on YouTube, I welcome every one of you. I appreciate you all and thank you for always being here and making sure that this program continues. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect everyone that have connected. And I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. If you have not yet subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe and share. For the sake of those who are joining us on this very platform for the very first time, or those who are going to come across this video for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafra government, the United States of Biafra. This platform stands with the United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Kanu. Today, the government, United States of Biafra, is under the control of the Deputy Prime Minister, COS, interim, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. That is where we stand, and that is what we represent, and nothing can change that. Now you make up your mind either to continue to watch or not to watch. The choice is yours. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. Wherever you come from, as long as you are human, you are welcome. If you are genuinely seeking for freedom, we are here for you. You are going to enjoy your stay. Our main purpose of being in this platform is to bring the plight of the Biafrans before the whole world, to tell the world what is going on in Biafran territory, to expose the war that Nigeria is fighting against the Biafran people, the genocide Nigeria is committing against the Biafran people, the inhuman treatment against the Biafran people, and to propagate the new nation, the United States of Biafra, which has been declared on the 29th of December 2024, 29th of November 29th of November 2024, the redeclaration of Biafra was done. Biafra, as you all know, is a nation that has always been before. From 1967 to 1970, the British and their allies with Nigeria fought against Biafra for 3 good years, committed genocide against the Biafran people, destroyed life and properties, and after 3 good years, they say it is no victor, no vanquish. And they tricked our forefathers to accept the no victor, no vanquish. And later they continued their war against the Biafran people. As we speak, that war has continued. Many Biafrans are losing their life on a daily basis. Even as you are watching this video, the kidnapping is going on. Kidnapping conducted by the Nigerian government itself with their terrorist forces in Biafran territory. The intimidation, burning of houses, destruction of life and property continues to go on up until this minute as you are watching this program. It is sad that you cannot see the news in conventional media. You cannot see the news in international media. You can't see the news anywhere except on the social media handles that concerned Biafrans are using to speak out about what is happening in Biafra land. As we speak, we urge all international media, investigative journalists, wherever you may be, independent journalists, we urge you to go down to Biafra land. You have a work to do. Go and conduct your independent report and tell the world what you have seen. In 1967, they blockaded Biafra land. The world did not know what was happening. 1967, the world were not paying attention, and almost 5 million children, men and women, lost their life. They were starved to death. And up to this minute, nobody has been held accountable. And the world kept silent up to this minute. While the whole world was rejoicing, people were moving around, people in Biafra land were being decimated. Nigeria and their allies in the world, the British, the Russians, the French, and to an extent the United States, they were busy committing genocide in Biafra land. And many Biafrans lost their life. After 3 good years, to the glory of God, they saw that they cannot be able to do it. It is not in their hand to wipe us away. Their target was to wipe us away completely, but they could not succeed. And after 3 years, they tricked our parents to believe that the war has ended. And they said no victor, no vanquish. And they promised the 3 R: reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reintegration. In these 3 R, none was implemented, not even one. They did not implement any one among these 3 R. And they went about their business as if nothing happened. They continued the attack against the Biafran people. The genocide continued up to this minute. But in this generation, we have said enough is enough. And we are rising up to take up the challenge. That is why you see Biafrans on different platforms, shouting and crying and talking. Because some of you who are not Biafrans, you can't understand what a Biafran feels, how a Biafran feels, or what the Biafran people are going through. You can never explain it better than a Biafran. If you are not a Biafran, you will not understand what the Biafrans are going through in the hand of that contraption called Nigeria up to this minute. And in our generation, we say enough is enough. We cannot hand over this suffering to our children. We cannot hand over this suffering to the generation coming. We want to end it in our own time, and the process has started, and very soon it's going to come to an end. Mazen Nande Kanu, the Ohamadike, he did everything he can to wake people up and let the world know what is going on. protests were conducted across the world, nobody paid attention. Instead, they connived with Africans and they kidnapped Mazinandi Kanu from Kenya, extraordinary, returned him to Nigeria. And they continue to hold him up to this minute. Even when he has won his cases in the courts, they refuse to let go. Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board and began to propagate the gospel of Biafra. And in his era, Biafra gained more influence. Biafra gained more attention in the world. Biafra became much more legitimized, up to the extent that today, Biafra have been redeclared. And today we are moving forward on recognition, and we are moving forward on restoration on the ground. For every one of you that is watching this program, you must know that there is a government of Biafra, and that government has never changed. That government was put in place by the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. The government he put in place is still functional. Very, very functional. It has never stopped working, not even for a minute. The only thing you have to do is to fall in line. Fall in line. It will not do you any good for you to claim to be under United States of Biafra, to love Mazi Simon Ekpa, and yet you do not believe in his decisions. You don't believe in his ideology. It is difficult to prove to me that you love him. You don't love him. If you love him, you are going to obey every instructions and protect this very thing he has fought for. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, every one of us must tighten our belt. Today, the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa brought us to a very greater level before he was taken away from us shortly, and I believe he's going to come back very soon. Every one of you that was on the program yesterday, you heard the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, speak. Biafran government is going straight to the next level. The government of Biafra is not waiting for any man, not waiting for any woman, not delaying even for a second. It is forward ever and backward never. Yesterday on the program of our Deputy Prime Minister, she made it very clear about the issue of recognition. You know, I've been playing the video for the recognition on this platform, and I'm going to play it again. I've been playing the video of countries that have recognized us before. In this present time, 2 countries have already recognized us. But during the 1967 war, we had recognition from other countries, and they never took back their recognition. None of them took back their recognition. And we are going to visit back every single country that recognized Biafra. We have to go back to them and let them know that Biafra have been really clear. And we have to let them see reason why they have to reactivate their support for Biafra. I will play the video again for us to go through together. And I want you to pay attention on the reasons why they supported Biafra. Every single thing that made them support Biafra is happening now, even double. It is happening even worse now. So there is no reason they will not support us. All we need to do is to present ourselves decent, present ourselves reasonable. Once we do that, I strongly believe that we are going to regain our recognitions that we got in 1967. That is why any place you are as a Biafra, you must represent.
First country that gave
you must not allow anybody to drag you into criminality. Do not put your hand in anything that is going to tarnish the image of Biafra, because the world is watching. Those countries we are going to meet for recognition, They are watching. And I bet you Biafrans are across the world, everywhere doing business, legal businesses, and doing very well. So I don't think it's going to be difficult for us to regain that very recognition we got in the past. Yesterday, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, made it very clear that the Biafran government already have begun to send letters, have begun to make preparation for visitations to these countries that recognized us in the past to reactivate their recognition because they never took the recognition back. None of those countries took back their recognition, so it remains active until we go there and activate it. And that is what is going to be done. So before we proceed, let us hear again some of the countries that recognized Biafra in 1967.
The first country that gave recognition to Biafra was Tanzania.
Tanzania was the first country that recognized Biafra. Tanzania was the first country that recognized Biafra. And the recognition of Tanzania was not taken back. They gave that recognition, and that recognition stands up to this minute. All we need to do is to go back and reactivate it and tell them, let them know that Biafra have been redeclared. And it has to be done officially. It is not because they didn't see the convention. Of course, they saw the convention. We are watching the convention where the redeclaration was done. They saw it, but they cannot come into it except we do what we have to do. That is why every procedures have to be taken and processes have to be followed to reactivate the recognition that we got before. And I was glad yesterday when the Deputy Prime Minister mentioned it and said that it's already in progress. Now you understand that the government of Biafra is moving on, not idle and not distracted, focusing on that which matters. Tanzania, the first country that recognized Biafra. Let us hear.
This was done on the 13th day of April 1968. At that time, Julius Nyerere was the president of Tanzania. This was Biafra's first recognition in 11 months since the commencement of hostilities, and the recognition meant so much to Ojukwu and to Biafra as a whole. So much of it was said on Radio Biafra and published in several newspapers across the continent. The statement of recognition was made public on behalf of the government of Tanzania by C.M. Gonja, then Tanzania's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. This recognition was followed by public statements made by President Julius Nyerere himself in his justification of the decision of his government.
I want you to listen, most importantly, to the reasons why they recognize Biafra, why they justify their recognition. I want you to pay attention to that section, because it is not just you have to give them reason. They will see reasons why they have to recognize Biafra. And that is why we must be very careful in what we are doing today, because we are going to get a recognition based on information that is out there. We have numerous evidence to present why we have to. We already drafted our grievances. Before the redeclaration of Biafra, you saw the grievances of Biafra being read out. These grievances are what is going to be presented to all the governments of the world, and more especially to those who recognized Biafra before, to reactivate it again. Listen their reasons.
To formally recognize Biafra as an independent state. He stated amongst others as follows, quote, "What right have we, in the name of unity, to refuse to recognize the fact of Biafra? For years, the people of that state struggled to maintain unity with the other people in the Federation of Nigeria.
Disunity. For years, there has been disunity. This was in 1968. Tanzania recognized Biafra because they saw that the Biafran people are not welcomed in Nigeria. They are not welcomed. in 1968. The disunity is so deep that it is so clear and deep. And I'm telling you that today, in 2024, it's even worse. In 2024, the disunity is worse than it was in 1967. Take it to the bank. All you need to do is to even go to the social media. Go to social media network. Go to social media. Those of you on social media, you look on Facebook, go to more especially TikTok. When you listen to people on TikTok, you see the disunity. The disunity is much more greater than it was in 1968. Disunity, one of the important reasons why Tanzania recognized, they saw that Biafrans are not welcomed in Nigeria. Has they ever been welcome? Has anything changed? Is it not worse? Now you understand that all they are waiting for is for us to do the right thing. Present officially the redeclaration of Biafra, and every other thing will follow.
Even after the pogroms of 1966, they tried to work out a new form of unity which would guarantee their safety. They have demonstrated by 10 months of bitter fighting that they have decided upon a new political organization and are willing to defend it. Tanzania has recognized the state of Israel and will continue to do so because its belief is that every person must have some place in the world where they are not liable to be rejected by their fellow citizens.
Everybody have the right to be in this world and in a place where they are respected and accepted. You cannot be in a place where you are rejected. These are the reasons Tanzania gave for recognizing Biafra. Today, are Biafrans accepted in Nigeria? The answer is no. Are Biafrans seen as Nigerians? The answer is no. It is even worse now than before. Biafrans are not respected. There are limitations to what a Biafran person can do, to the height and position and offices that a Biafran can occupy. Biafra land today is militarized with checkpoints everywhere. Checkpoints, even where there are Boko Haram, where there are terrorists, they don't have checkpoints that you have in Biafra land. The intimidation against the Biafrans is unimaginable. It has increased. This was the reason Tanzania recognized Biafra. Even as we speak, the pogrom is still happening. Only that today they cannot do it openly the way they do it before. But Biafrans have continued to disappear every day. They disappear Biafrans. You saw what Wike did in Obibo. You saw what Wike did in Obibo. You saw what they did at Okwama recently. Okwama incident recently. And you saw what they used P2B to do in Uzu River. Every one of us remember the head bridge issue. Did the pogrom stop? People have the right to be in a place that they are secure and safe. These are what Tanzania considered, and they recognize Biafra, that Biafra has the right to be in their own space where they will have peace of mind. Today, Biafra have been redeclared, and they will be officially communicated to. That official communication is important. And I was very happy last night when the Deputy Prime Minister was speaking on space. She made mention of that official information to these countries that have recognized us for to reactivate the recognition.
But the Biafrans have now suffered the same kind of rejection within their states, the same thing that the Jews of Germany experienced. Fortunately, they already had a homeland. They have retreated to it for their own protection, and for the same reasons, after all other efforts had failed, they have declared it to be an independent state. We therefore recognize the state of Biafra as an independent sovereign entity and as a member of the Committee of Nations. Only by this act of recognition can we remain true to our conviction that the purpose of society and of all political organization is the service of man. End of quote.
You heard him clearly. You heard clearly why Tanzania recognized Biafra. And I bet you we are going back to activate that recognition. That was what the Deputy Prime Minister said yesterday. That they will be communicated officially to let them know that Biafra have been redeclared. We are moving to the next level. And our speed remains untouchable. The office of the Prime Minister is functioning effectively well. And our Prime Minister is going to join us very soon. To digress a little bit, I hope every one of you had the good news yesterday. Our four brothers who was taken in for questioning, along with our Prime Minister, Maxwell, regained their freedom. And there was no single charge against them. The other four Biafrans who were taken in for questioning with our Prime Minister, Maxwell, yesterday, they regained their freedom. They have gone back to their families. They have communicated. And there was no single charge against them. And I tell you, expect the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, Oputobie of Biafra land, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. He is going to speak very, very soon. I say very, very soon. That is why you must have to know where you stand. It's a pity those of them who are saying they don't know where they stand. You are in between. Continue to be your in between. He has been watching, and he is watching what we are doing. Very soon, the result of everything that is happening on media will come. Very soon, every one of us will give account of our stewardship as we continue to go to the next country that recognizes Biafra.
You can find this quote in the document titled Government of the United Republic of Tanzania, Case for Recognition of Biafra, New York, United Republic of Tanzania Mission to the United Nations, April 13, 1968. Ojukwu and the leaders of Biafra were excited about this endorsement from no less a person but Dr. Julius Nyerere, whose voice had become well known in domestic and international discussions on issues of governance in general and on the destiny of the African continent. Dr. Julius Nyerere received applause from Biafrans in Biafra and those in the diaspora. But the federal government of Nigeria was disappointed in Dr. Julius Nyerere and Tanzania for the endorsement of Biafra. Nigeria's military head of state, Yakubu Gowon, described the endorsement as ill-advised and reckless, and as his show of resentment, he immediately recalled Nigeria's ambassador to Tanzania and severed diplomatic ties with Tanzania.
That is what they have always done. This time it is bribery. They should prepare more money. It's good. Their money has even finished. They don't have any money to bribe anymore. They have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. Today the world have seen it, and the recognition is going to come.
The war went on between Nigeria and Biafra, and for many months after the endorsement of Biafra by Tanzania, the war did not end, but Tanzania did not withdraw their support. And
Tanzania did not withdraw their support. Tanzania did not withdraw their support or recognition of Biafra. They never did. They never did. They are waiting for official communication of redeclaration of Biafra, with all the reasons they have already stated, and they know it is even worse now than before. The official communication have been activated by the office of the Prime Minister today under the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. And I bet you something is about to happen.
Endorsement of Biafra. The second country that gave recognition to Biafra was Gabon.
The second country that recognized Biafra was Gabon. Gabon is the second in line. After Tanzania, the next country that recognized Biafra is Gabon. Let us hear why and how they recognized Biafra.
This was announced on the 8th day of May 1968. In his public declaration of support for the independent state of Biafra, President Omar Bongo stated as follows at a press conference, quote, "We, the people of Gabon, hereby recognize Biafra. Biafra still exists. For those who don't believe, saying that Biafra is no more, for us, Biafra still exists as long as the negotiation is still ongoing. Because nothing proved to us that Biafra is finished. Why do we Gabonese..."
This should go to all those idiotic politicians in Nigeria, including the one that called himself Peter Obi, who say that Biafra is dead and buried. A Biafran, supposedly Biafra, say Biafra is dead and buried. They say Biafra has gone. Those that recognize Biafra then has never taken away their recognition. And they have genuine reasons, because they know that we are determined to be free. They know that Biafrans are still very much around. And today, we are going to communicate to them officially to to make them know that Biafra is still ongoing. And I bet you our
recognize Biafra. Firstly, it is purely the goals of humanity. Secondly,
for humanity, in order to save humanity, one of the reasons why these people, is it Congo or what? Congo recognize Biafra is that to save humanity. The same thing today we are asking for, because our life is in danger today more than ever. Biafran life are endangered. Every one of us is living in fear. You go out of the house, you are not sure you are going to live the next minute. When you leave your room, you are not sure you are going to survive. To recognize Biafra is to save humanity. That is why this country recognizes Biafra. And I want you to pay attention. Pay close attention. I want you to pay attention to the reasons why they recognize Biafra, and think within yourself. Those things that made them to recognize Biafra, are they not still happening? The things are even worse now. The problem is worse than them when they recognize Biafra. The atrocities of Nigeria against Biafra is worse. The hatred is worse to the highest level. The only thing we are lacking is that official notice to these countries and tell them we are here. We are still very much around. Even though they know we are around, not until you make it official, nobody's going to listen to you. And I thank you, the government of our Prime Minister, Ekpa, that is being managed today by the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, is on the right path. The announcement yesterday was that she is going ahead to delegate assignments. Letters have been written already. Orders have been given to reactivate and notify these countries officially that Biafra has been declared. Listing more to the reasons why they recognize Biafra. Pay attention to that section.
The goals of humanity. Secondly, because we know that the Nigerian Federation is a fraud, and it...
Did you hear it? They know that Nigerian Federation is a fraud. They know that Nigerian Federation is a fraud. That was why they required Biafra. Has they changed from being a fraud? I want you to... Even then, this thing happened when the fraud has not even reached to this level. This was 1968. They are talking about Nigeria being a fraudulent country in 1968. The fraud today has been institutionalized and celebrated. The fraud today has been made a lifestyle. It is even worse than ever. Now you see why they must have to recognize Biafra. As soon as we communicate with them, it is not going to be difficult. I want us to pay attention to the reasons why they recognize Biafra.
It is purely the goals of humanity. Secondly, because we know that the Nigerian Federation is a fraud and it reflects no basis. I will not tell you the history of Biafra here, but I will if necessary. But you just have to look back to 1900, to what Nigeria was, before coming back to 1906 to understand it.
Did you hear him? These are people that knows what Nigeria is. Nigeria has never, ever been a country. Nigeria is a fraud put together. And these countries that recognize Biafra, they know very well that there is no way that contraption can survive. That is why one of them say it is to save humanity. They know what it was. Before the amalgamation, 1914, before the amalgamation, everybody was on their own. The southeastern zone were on their own, managing themselves with their own original democracy. The southwest was on their own. The northern Fulanese and the north, they were on their own. Everybody was struggling on their own to develop themselves until this fraud was brought in by the British. I can bet you that these countries are only waiting for us to communicate officially. That is why when you see people talking down on the government of Biafra today, those are your real enemy. Anybody standing against the government, the United States of Biafra, that was declared, anybody standing against the United States of Biafra that was declared on the 29th of November, 2024, that person is a wicked person. That person is evil. That person is evil. He's not a Biafran. Because these people are waiting for us. They are waiting for us. They have the reasons. They know. Even the reasons are worse now than ever. The situation is worse than ever. But unfortunately, everybody is quiet. Until this time, Mazen Nandekan did his job. And our Prime Minister Sabotage sealed it by taking us to the redeclaration of the independence of Biafra. And I bet you there is no going back. These countries, none of them took back their recognition. I want you to pay attention to the reasons why they recognize Biafra. The same things are still happening. It is worse than before. It is worse. Tell me why they will not recognize us.
We Gabonese know that kind of federation. As Gabonese, we once belonged to a federation known as Federation of Old AF. We know that we are a Cinderella syndrome of this federation. For this, we know that the situation that is prevalent in Biafra is similar to the one we know. With
Gabon is not a novice to what is happening in this zoological. They have passed through the same thing. They have faced the same condition. Just like you see Finland today. Finland have seen the same thing Biafrans are facing. That is why when you see people saying, oh, Finland told me to the deepest part of the prison, I laugh at them. Finland is just trying to be political to strengthen themselves so that they wouldn't say that they are the ones sponsoring Biafra. That is what Finland is doing. They just want to make everything legal because it is legality matters. It is not by what you say in the mouth. Documents matters. That is why Mazi Samaneko was saying that the declaration of the restoration of Biafra in this convention will generate documents that will take us to the highest level. Documents matters. Documents. And what you see Mazi Samaneko going through today is to activate documents, strong documents that we can take to any part of the world, United Nations, the ICC, to anywhere you can think of, anywhere, including all these our allies, to generate legitimate documents. And that was done in this convention by the support of more than 60 million Biafrans who voted and said, we want out. That thing has been activated. Every Biafran is supposed to be celebrated. Documents matter. It's not by talking like the people who are talking, jumping. This thing we are talking like we are only explaining things to you online. You cannot get Biafra on social media by shouting, oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, they are killing us. Oh, you have to get documents, evidence, documented things, documents, signed and sealed, Generate documents that will make you get to the highest level. And we have done that through the convention. So when you see anybody standing against that convention or the declaration of Biafra on the 29th of November, that person is your enemy. Those are the people who don't want Biafra to come. You cannot get Biafra by protest alone. No. You can't get Biafra by protesting. You need documents you can present. When they ask you a question, documents. Just like asking about population. You don't just say, oh, we are the most populated. Documents, your census. And I bet you, the master stroke that our Prime Minister, Mazi Samako, used was the self-referendum. That self-referendum serves as a master stroke. Nothing can be more better than that. Nothing can be more better than that. You can use that referendum to pull down any argument to any level. Onyeka, if you want to join me on video, you have to come to YouTube. You cannot join me on you can't join me on Facebook. I don't bring people in on Facebook. If you want to join me on stage, you have to come to the YouTube David Hubbard channel. You type David Hubbard channel on YouTube. D-A-V-I-D Hubbard, H-E-R-B-E-R-T channel, C-H-A-N-N-E-L, David Hubbard channel. So if you want to join me on stage, you can only join me on YouTube. That is where I post the link. You can see the link there. You click the link and you come in and you join me and make your contribution. But on Facebook, I only stream on Facebook so that people can be able to hear. Also on TikTok, the same thing. People cannot come in on TikTok, only on YouTube. Maybe as time goes on, I will schedule times where I will be allowing people on different platforms. But for this morning program, it is strictly on YouTube. So, my fellow Biafrans, everywhere you are and you are watching this program, I want you to understand it is in our hand. You can't get Biafra by only shouting and making noise. No. Documents matter. Even fighting on the ground, you fight from 100 years, at the end of the day, it will end on the table, a round table. And what is that round table? Documents will be signed and sealed. At the end of the day, we are coming to the round table. Our Prime Minister said it. All these things we are doing, shouting, it is a pity that in this world, people do not pay attention until destructions are done. The world will never listen to you. Just like they told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go and begin to do something. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them, we have been fighting. They say, why did you stop? Why didn't you continue to fight? And that is how the world functions. They don't care. Your cry and your shout, they don't really care about you. The United Nations will fold your hand. They will fold your hand until people begin to fall. But at the end of the day, everything we are doing will end on a round table. Signatures will come up. Agreements will be reached. Documents matters a lot. And I thank Chukwu Okike today. The United States of Biafra has been legitimized through the convention, and people are going to be coming forward. Assignments have already been delegated as we speak. You heard our Deputy Prime Minister yesterday, and we will continue from there. Let us hear other countries. Gabon recognized, and I want you to pay attention to the reasons why those recognition came. Listen carefully. Let's continue.
The only difference of the genocide of Biafra, which they don't want to recognize and accept as it is. So for this experience, we the Gabonese hereby recognize Biafra. End of quote. The Nigerian government was displeased with President Omar Bongo, especially his choice of words, particularly his description of Nigeria as fraud. Nigeria took serious exception to it. Gabon went on to offer material support to the Biafran cause. When hunger became a serious killer in Biafra, Gabon allowed its airport in Libreville to serve as takeoff and landing point for aircraft that carried relief materials to Biafra. At that time, there was a blockade on the Nigerian airspace, and planes were not allowed to fly relief materials across the Nigerian airspace to Biafra. Gabon is not far from the bite of Biafra. Gabon is rich in oil and other mineral resources. It is possible that Gabon also gave financial support to Biafra. Up to the end of the war in January 1970, Gabon did not withdraw its support for Biafra.
Did you hear that? Gabon never withdraw their support. That recognition remains there. The support remains there. They never withdraw it. The recognition is still there. All they are waiting is for us to communicate officially. Official communication. How do you communicate officially? First of all, legitimizing your government, which we have done. The United States of Biafra. Really clear. Before the whole war, on that convention, signed by more than 60 million Biafran people support through the self-referendum. That document is powerful. You can present it in any ICC or any law court to make your case. That we have done. And what is remaining now is for us to do the needful where we need to do it. Listen.
The third country that publicly declared support for Biafra was Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast also declared support for Biafra, recognized Biafra. Ivory Coast, Tanzania, Gabon, Ivory Coast. They recognized Biafra. For the same reasons.
Which was known at the time as Côte d'Ivoire. The recognition was made on the 4th.
Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, is it not where this new general is? This new general that is doing exploits, is it, what's the name? What is the name of that general? This new Ivory Coast, this is the new president.
Raro.
Exactly.
Raro.
Where he's doing excellently well. They recognize, and they never took back
No,
not
Ivory Coast. Not Ivory Coast, it's Traore. Captain Traore, Ibrahim Traore is Burkina Faso.
Traore, yes.
It's Alassane Ouattara, who is the stooge of the French imperialists that is still there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So you see, they never took it back. And I was happy yesterday when I heard that we are going back to communicate officially to retrieve back the recognition, because every grievances we have stated on that very convention, the grievances that made us to redeclare Biafra, they are the same thing that made this people to recognize us, and it is even worse now than then. Now you see why it is important that we pass through the way we are passing. First of all, to legitimize our government and go ahead to seek for recognition. But when we say it, some idiots will come and begin to misinterpret it. Some will begin to give you different kinds of. If you don't know what it takes to get freedom, stay beside and watch. The freedom we are fighting for is for every single one of us as Biafran. It is for all of us. If you don't know how to go about it and what it takes, don't talk down on it. Sit back and watch. Watch those who knows when Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, told you that I know when Biafra will come. And I have what it takes to bring Biafra. It is not, he wasn't saying it to make you happy. He wasn't saying it to entice you. It is the truth. And I want you to watch. The whole step has been taken. When you watch the step, you will see yourself. You can even predict when we are going to be fully restored on the ground. I want you to listen.
14th day of May 1968. The recognition was made by the then president of the country.
I think I have to stop it here. Maybe by tomorrow I will get the rest of it again and be able to play, because there are so many countries, including Haiti, that recognize us then. Haiti also recognized Biafra, and so many of them. And yesterday, going to the next level, proceeding further, we had it. The Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, made it clear. Look at the direction we are going. Communications have started already. Letters have been drafted, and meetings will be held. When we say that the Biafran government is functioning and the office of the Prime Minister have not stopped working, this is what I'm talking about. It is not about the person who is there. It's not about Mazi Simon Ekpa. It's not about Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. The office of the Prime Minister is still functioning. And we handed that office to Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa appointed a surrogate until he joins us. And I bet you he will speak to us in the nearest time, sooner than you expect. And then, maybe then, some of you will be restricted. Your brain will reshape, and you begin to think the way you are supposed to think. You're welcome, my fellow brothers who have joined me on the platform. I appreciate every one of you. Victra Cool, you're welcome. My beloved brother Max, thank you so much for joining me. I welcome you. Let's start from Victra Cool. Go ahead and speak to all Victra Cool.
My brother Abba, I thank you for this wonderful program you have been conducting. I've been following you, but this is my first time appearing before your screen like this. Honestly, Nigeria didn't do us well. The problem we have in this country is not Nnamdi Kanu. The problem we have in this country is not Mazi Simon Ekpa. The problem we have in this country is not even the Southeast. The problem we have in this country is the British. The British. That is the problem we are having and that is facing us. And the only way we can get out of it now is this agitation that is all over. Now, the Hausa people are waking up. Although they are already there. But I thank God they are making a public confession to our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, saying, "Sir, please forgive us. We didn't know that Nigeria has expired 10 years ago. Now we know that all you were saying was real. So please forgive us." As you can see, everybody's waking up. Everybody's waking up. So, based on what we are looking for, by the special grace of Tuko Kabiama, we will get there. These 4 people that came out yesterday, as announced by the Chief of Staff, Ngozi Orabueze, we are still waiting to hear the highest breaking news of the day. By the grace of God, that will come.
It's going to come. Yes.
We are waiting for that. It's coming up very soon. Very soon, our PM will address the world. God bless you, sir. I give way to my brother to speak.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. You have spoken well. That is true. We know who our enemy is. We know them, those who are manipulating, who are using us as their own personal company and their private business. We know them, and we know their manipulations and what they are doing. And we can never, ever give up. Neither are we going to allow them to ride on us. We must continue. Yeah, welcome, my brother Max. Thank you so much for joining. Go ahead, my brother Max.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. You know they ever fall my hand. Every day, I do not know how you manage your time and how you save some time to go to work. I don't know. But in everything that you do, may Chukwu Kika Abia, may Uradi Yankupon Bandit Allah be with you and go before you in everything that you do. May God bless Biafrans, United States of the Biafran people, wherever they are. Those in my homeland, where my mother comes from, these are the people that I am so much worried about, because they are the ones that are passing through the ordeal of the actions, the wickedness of the Nigerian government. These are the people that are on daily basis are being stripped. They are being frisked. They are being asked to disembark and walk across the various irresponsible and illegal checkpoints that they mounted on our roads. I feel for my people. I've been a soldier before who have taken part in so many peacekeeping operations and then peace enforcement operations. I know what it is to tell a man or a woman or a child to disembark or alight from a vehicle and walk across a monitored zone called checkpoint, monitored by military, monitored by other paramilitary agencies. It is very, very dehumanizing. It is very, very intimidating. It is not good to see our people will go through what they go through, where there is no war, where there are no terrorists attacking. They refuse to go to where terrorists are abound. Even new terrorist organizations are, springing up. They fail to go there. I do not know the reason why these people are always on our land trying to do what they want to do. It is a sad one. And the sad of it all is that we still have some elements within us who are also suffering. People from the same zone that are suffering, that will come out and begin to validate this evil against our people. I heard what Soludo said. Releasing Mazen Kanu will not stop insecurity in the southeast of Biafra land. How disingenuous can this man be? It is because of their intransigeance that made our people to continue to go through what they are going through today. It is because of their wickedness. It is because of their interest, demonic political interest, that is allowing them to sell their own youth to the enemy. You think that after selling your own people, your own, the buyer of your own will respect you? Look at how it is happening. They are no longer speaking to the extent that the Nigerian government will listen to them. Their respect and dignity has been brushed on the ground. They are just there answering. The only thing these people would do today that is going to be good for them is to come and begin to pitch their tents with the United States of Biafra. That's the only remedy for them. Otherwise, Nigeria has communized them. Nigeria has made the Igbo part of Biafran land irrelevant. They have nothing to say. They release Sunday Bohu, they release Sowore, they release Turuje, they release Abakiare, the teller, the 419 teller or the drug peddlers teller. They release all of them, but they cannot release our own Mazen Kanu, your son, your uncle, your brother. You sold him out. You sold him out. Criminals sold that man out. They could not stand for him. They could not stand around him. I do not know the reason why I did not get close to this struggle. I could have volunteered to be at least close to him anywhere he is going. I will find a way to fund it if the organization, the IPOB, could not. I will find a way, because it is because he was alone. That was the reason why our leader was taken the way they took him, just like a hawk descending from the sky to pick a chick. That was what happened. Anyway, in everything that happens, I give God the glory, because all things work it for good to them that love God. And I use this opportunity to tell my people to keep on fighting the good fight. That not everybody will accept what we are doing. There are interest groups inside that wants their own to be heard. There are other people working with outsiders to make sure they thwart the good things that you are doing. I urge every one of you to keep the good fight. Your resilience, your doggedness is telling in the faces of the zoo and our enemies. And soon they will realize that this crop of Biafran people is, are not the old one that they used to see, the old one that they conquered, the old one that they said lied to the world. No vanquish, no conquer. They conquered us, my brother. They conquered us. If they did not conquer us, why is it that we are not controlling the natural resources that God has given to us for our own betterment? I do not know how many of you, when I remember all these things, I get agitated. I get emotional, because I have witnessed. I have been to a camp. I have been to Oron. Go and see the Oron port. Oron in Akwa Ibom. Go and see Old Akwa Ibom. Go and see the Oron port. From Oron, you can still go to Abana, Bakassi Peninsula. from a Kang, Cross River, Calabar, former Calabar, you will still go to Bakassi Peninsula. From there, you will travel on sea along the Gulf of Guinea to the Atlantic Ocean, to Okopedi and the rest of them, before you now go to this place, this country, Gabon. Is it Gabon? Yes, that supported, that validated the existence of Biafra as at that time. Go and see the suffering of our people. The people that owns the goose that lays the golden egg. Today we are beggars. And when people decide to throw away their pride and their merriment and whatever they can enjoy in life, the enjoyment of life, to come and fight dirty, some people are trying to insult them. You will not succeed. Biafra will come by the grace of God. Thank you so much. I yield here.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that very submission. Yesterday you were asking question on X, but you were misunderstood. I was there when you were asking question. Next time when you are asking of me, you mention Chook survivor. We have a lot of Chooks. Mention Chook survivor, and your question was misunderstood, and maybe because you didn't put it right. You didn't put it right. I forgot to send you that. Screenshot. That screenshot is, they were carrying propaganda. They said that the account the deputy prime minister is announcing is fake. That Mazi Simon Ekpa never announced that account. So I had to go to the platform, search for it, and some other people sat and screenshot that very thing out. That was a post made by Prime Minister himself, where he posted about that very account. But these people were pushing propaganda that account, new mandate account, that the new mandate account is a new account. That is the propaganda. They were pushing propaganda that the new mandate account is a new account, or it's not a new account. That account has been there, posted by the Prime Minister on his own platform.
You see, Mazichu, you see, these are some of the things. You see, this clarification. I was in one of the, me. I will not blame God for making me your son. Your son. I remain your son. Even a child that is born today, it's my Namoche that is one that to call that person. If she is a woman, she is my Namoche. I am your son. You are Okene or you are Wawa, the son of your son. I was in a platform, Massachusetts, when they were saying that it was an illegal account. And fortunately for me, yesterday in the morning, when you came out here, do things the way you used to do, I saw you pull out that act. I wanted to ask, because I did not get the real account, the mandate. Now I understand that it's the mandate account.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask.
She has many programs where she mentioned it, the new mandate account, but they are carrying rumor. They say that new mandate account was created personally by her.
Yes, that is the problem. That was the reason why I was
that screenshot you saw is in the platform. His man, Samuel posted it on his own platform and had posted the COS. Put it and send it to her and him, and then he.
Good, why then are they accusing her of, orchestrating a new account for himself, whereas that particular account has been named and published by the Prime Minister before the unfortunate incident that we are having today?
That was why I showed it. And do you know that the site they used for fundraising, that the site they used for fundraising, they have changed it. They changed the site that was there. If you look the one they are using now, that they wrote tax. They use tax, /tax. But the old one was /donate. On these computer things, if you don't watch very well, you won't see the differences. They are making changes or something. And recently, they have just hacked the email of our Deputy Prime Minister. They hacked her email hack the Prime Minister email and hack a European rep email.
Sure.
This is what is going on now. The Deputy Prime Minister said it yesterday. She said it yesterday. I didn't want to say it yesterday program because it has not been announced, because there are most information that come. I don't announce the information until it is made public. That's my way. Even if you put it before me, even if I see it in the cabinet, I see it, I don't announce it until I see it in the public. She announced it yesterday while she was making speech. They hacked her email, hacked the email of the Prime Minister, hacked the email of the European rep, Uche, that is in Finland. The person that is managing the office in Finland. Now you understand how bad the whole thing is. What is their aim? Why do you have to hack our email? Why do you have to hack the email of the European rep? Why do you have to hack the email of a Prime Minister? Why? For what? What reason? Go ahead, my brother.
You see, Mazi Chicks, these are some of the things. You remember when the IPOB DOS, when Mazi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya. You remember what everybody
your network is breaking up.
At the center. I believe that. Okay. How about now? How about now?
It's. I think I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. We are having a. We've not entered into the Harmattan season, so the weather is very hazy here. So that is the reason why it is not all that clear. You know, our network is a little bit, bad. You see, when the pronouncement of Mazi Kanu, because I believe spiritually that Mazi Kanu knew what was about to happen. He knew what was about to happen, and it was for the good of the Biafran people and the disgrace, the fulfillment of what he said concerning marching to Abuja and destroying them at their own backyard. That was what he did. And that is exactly what has happened. The reason why they have not released Mazi Kanu is because of shame and the action, the wickedness of the political elites in Biafra land. That is the true thing that is happening. Because if Mazi Kanu is released today, Soludo would never be the governor of that Anambra today, because it's just one single sentence that Mazi Kanu would do, and you will see what will happen. You see what will happen. They knew it from the beginning. His first, this time that is currently serving right now, when Mazi Kanu, they say, if I say don't go and do, they'll say, oh, Mazi Kanu is not democratic. He doesn't uphold democratic principle. Anyway, allow them to go. But it will not change anything. Don't be Nigeria. It won't change anything. Today, that man was running to go and meet. Every day, he was like a he-goat at the back of a nanny goat. He was running helter-skelter going there to go and find and see Mazi Kanu and see Mazi Kanu trying to appease or trying to prove to Biafrans that he was doing something for Mazi Kanu, unknown that that man is evil. Today, he has shown it. Look at the kind of statement that is coming out from a true son of Biafra land against his own brother. Against his own brother. Mazi Chooks, and every one of you that is listening to me, just imagine when other people from different ethnic groups are calling for the release of Mazi Kanu. Release this man, because this man did not do anything. Someone from our own land, so the same group of people that gathered and sold him out because of their political interest. It's the same person that is coming here to make this controversial statement against his own people that is even, that may give the zoo government power to continue to keep him there. How I wish that God would just make it the way I am feeling now. and pull out these two great sons of Biafra land. Immediately let them just come out so that we will know where the power lies, like we say here. We will know who be man. We will know who be man, especially to these people. Mazen Namde Kanu was kidnapped. Simon Ekpa came out and took over the mantle when the other people were still running around thinking of what to do or what not to do. Today again, the same thing has happened to our prime minister that has fought so hard, not knowing that people that surrounded him were the same people that will be forging and hacking the system, his credentials, his platforms today. What a shame. What will happen if this man comes out now? What will happen? Where will you be? Where will you be? Like I always say, throw away all those things, those acrimonies, throw them away. Join your brothers and sisters in the same old cause that you are doing. Do not deviate from it, irrespective of who is there. This woman now is there, he's walking. Why can't you walk with her instead of trying to pull her down? Why can't you walk with her? We always speak the truth. And at the long run, you will see the truth will come out. And when you look at our people in Igbo land, they say, it is from the scent, from the odor of, how do you call it, flatulent or flatu or fat, that you will know the taste of the excreta. Forgive me for those of you that are taking your breakfast. We know these people, we know the antecedents in the past. But it's like they've never abandoned that path. They are still toying it. But I wish them well. Look, I will not tell them to stop. I wish them well. If you feel that what you are doing is good in your own eyes and in the eyes of God, continue to do it. But as for me, I will support this woman. And I'm making this because in that platform that day, they were telling me that I've not made my position known. After you publish as okay, that I've not, even the people that were clapping for me when I speak, when I go to other stations, pro-Nigerian stations, to go and propagate and defend my mother's ancestral land. Some of them today are telling me that as a educated and a wise man that you are, you still have not seen the truth. When I came to you yesterday, you pull out the account that I had that they said it is an account that is pulled out. I said, please send it to me. Yeah, as long as the COS is going to appear 6 p.m. Ghana time GMT, I will raise that question. And that was exactly what I did. You cannot fight an innocent person, man or woman, and and go free. You will fall at the end of it all. Like I said, when you are digging a hole for your sister that is piloting the affairs today, for her to enter, my brothers and sisters that are on the other side, I would like to tell you to make it shallow. So that peradventure, you are the one that is going to fall inside. It will be easier for people to pull you out. It will happen, oh. It will happen, oh. Where I pitch my tent, it's always the right place, oh. Because I hate intimidation of an innocent people. I hate it. My spirit abhors it. I don't support evil against anybody, innocent person. Even my enemy, when you are dealing with my enemy that is innocent at that time, I will not support you. That is me. Do not dig hole for your sister to fall in and make it big. You might be the person that is going to fall into it.
Absolutely.
Reverse your path, reverse your path, and toe the line that you've started, so that all of us will walk in together, in group, in unity, not in disunity, to fight for what belongs to us. If Biafra fails to come today, it will affect everybody. It will affect everybody. If we allow, because of our lukewarm attitude and bad behavior, we allow these people to replicate, have the opportunity to use the status quo to replicate what they did to the Hausa people, definitely it is going to affect you. It is going to affect me. Do the right thing. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama will bless you. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Thank you so much. It is very sad the kind of way people behave, and that is why when you see Mazen Nande kind of speak certain times, you begin to imagine. And before I go on, let me play some short clip from Mazen Nande, kind of those clips that I played before I start. Let us play and let us just digest this word of Mazen Nande.
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. You must understand this. The greatest task on this very earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it's just like trying to keep an Igbo man away from gossip. Hey, it's impossible now. Come on, for goodness sake. How can you keep an Igbo man away from gossip? Oh no, please, give me a break. Anywhere there is gossip, you find them there. Gossip, the gossip, is sweeter than honey from Igbo man. Gossip. Unverified rumors and gossip is like honey to them. That is how hard it is trying to remove the bottle from the mouth of a baby saboteur is as hard as trying to get a black man to reason properly.
All right. So we are reading from the book of Obadiah from chapter 1 from verse 10. He said, "For violence against your brother Jacob, for violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever." Are you all listening? Let me repeat it again. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10, say, "For violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever." All of you have seen the way the people who claim to be fighting for Biafra, you know that this is a special week we are, okay? What has happened today? Some of them, all the things they have done in the past, they have gone back to it and start taking glory. They are taking glory. After they wage violence against their own brother. Let me read from 11. In this one, go to Nigeria. "In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers carried captive his forces, when foreigners entered his gate and cast lot for Jerusalem, even you were as one of them." Hey, Are you people following? The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 11, say, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers, Fulani government and their politicians, strangers carried captive his forces, when strangers entered his gate, when strangers entered our land, and they cast lots for Jerusalem, even you, the people that claim they are fighting for Biafra, even you were one of them. Even you were one of the strangers. Even you were one of those who have come to carry the forces captive.
This is a message that was preached by our Prime Minister long time ago. You know, when we talk about prophecy, you see Mazen Kanu, his words are prophecy. Go ahead, my beloved brother Maxwell. Go ahead, make your speech.
Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you can never cease to amaze me, I swear to God. Which one is the book of Obadiah?
Obadiah.
Oh yeah, I understand. Oh my
now, you don't say our name. It is our name now. They stole it. Obadiah.
Yes. Obadiah. Obadiah.
They call it Obadiah.
It's a, oh my goodness. You see,
it's our name now. They stole it. Obadiah.
There is something
to Obadiah.
Yeah, you see, Mazi Chiefs and everybody that is listening to my voice today, this morning. Look, you see this proverb that is said in Igbo land. The good firewood do not last till daybreak. The good firewood do not last till day. It's a proverb. Owinu wokoka. You see the bad ones. These are the ones that will last. Even if as they are smoking and contributing nuisance everywhere, they will still have their way.
Yeah.
But no matter what, truth will always prevail.
Yeah.
Truth will always prevail. And that will take me to this other Igbo adage that said, no matter how you cover a smoke, that smoke must surely find a way to come out. Same thing goes to light. No matter how you cover it, that light will find a small, tiny place to shine out from. As long as we continue with this truth, let all like I always say us in this. Those people that also went to this same path that these people are toying today. What did I say to them as a chicks in Sister Linda's TV show? If you will remember, I said they will fall like those before them. That has been my language. My write-ups on Twitter everywhere, you will fall like those before you. Because if you will learn, you will know that there is no good that will ever come from trying to sabotage the majority, the opinion and the decision of the majority of the people that you claim that you want to save. Thank you, Namoji.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. We have a lot of temptations among us, but every one of us must have to be strong, because the only thing I have to I tell people always is that there is nothing that has happened, that is happening today that has not happened before. Anywhere you are and you are watching the event that is playing out in this restoration of Biafra, I want you to have it at the back of your mind that it is not the first time it is happening. We are not the first. That is, when you remember that, you will not be discouraged, because I see a lot of people, they get discouraged. A lot of people, they reduce hand and what that. This is even the time you have to increase your effort. Some people who are posting issues of Biafra, some stop posting. Some say they have stopped listening to the messages of Biafra. Some started. No. This is not the time to stop. This is time for you to increase in evangelism. Don't get distracted. This is time that your mental toughness must be activated. It's a time of test. And that is why some of us who are Christians, the Bible says, test every spirit. It's in the Bible that you must test every spirit. It didn't say if it is your pastor talking, don't test it. It didn't say if it's the Reverend Father, don't test it. It didn't say if it's your mother. Every spirit, it doesn't matter who is speaking. Test it. Put it to test. And how do you do that? Chukwu Okike Abiyama puts something in us. They call it common sense, but some people don't pay attention to their own common sense. It is called common sense because everybody have that senses to know what is wrong and what is right. I tell people, to know the truth is not difficult. It is not difficult to know the truth. Why it is difficult for some people is that when your heart is not pure, if already you are nursing hatred in your heart, jealousy and envy, if your heart is not pure, there is no way you can dictate the truth. It will be difficult. You will be hanging in between, running from pillar to pole. But if your heart is pure, to know the truth and identify it is the greatest gift and easiest gift for anybody to use. That is why it marvels me. I have started removing people on my platform. I don't remove people before, but on my WhatsApp group, once you say you don't support anybody, you are standing in between, I remove you. Because these are the most dangerous people. They are the most dangerous. You would think they are there with you. They will only come there to get information from you, and they will now go and paint it the way it's going to suit the next person they're shifting for. And they will come from that side and shift other information and bring to your other side to distract the environment. It is either you are hot or you are cold. You can't be lukewarm. You must have to be on one side. Everything that's happening today, it is because some of us already have evil mind in us. That is why it is difficult for us to know the truth. Because your heart is not pure. You have now killed that conscience that Chukwu Okike Abiyama placed in you. Conscience. You see this conscience, that is the common sense. Conscience is the common sense that everybody have. Once your own is dead, nobody can help you. If your conscience is dead, nobody can help you. But as long as your conscience is still active and you are living, even when you make mistake, it will take time. Within some hours, it will not be more than 24 hours. You will sit back. There must be a silent time moment within that time you made that mistake. And your mind will tell you, this angle you're going. It comes like a tiny voice. It doesn't speak loud. A tiny voice will be whispering in your ear, this thing you are doing is not right. This area you are going is not right. But some of us will never ever pay attention to that silent voice because we have already occupied our hearts with evil thoughts. We are not pure in our heart. And when you are not pure in your heart, how can you be able to dictate the truth? It is almost impossible for you. Sometimes when the truth is staring at you, you will still be searching for it. The truth will be knocking at your door, touching you, and yet you'll be searching for it in confusion because your heart is not pure. If you have a pure heart, it is not difficult to know the truth. It is not. But when you are already nursing hatred in your heart, you are already nursing envy in your heart. Your heart is already defiled. There's no way you can be able to identify the truth. And that is the problem most of us have. And I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will continue to clean our conscience and give us a new spirit so that we can be able to recognize things when we see them. The problem we are facing today, it happens everywhere. Just like somebody said on this program yesterday, that Jesus Christ that Christians believe in, he had only 12 disciples. These 12 disciples, he knows them by their name. He can see them. And yet, there is still a Judas. A Judas was able to emerge. This is only 12 people that he can identify. He sees them and he knows them. He can call them by them. He knows their activities. And yet, somebody still have the guts to be a Judas there. Now, 70 million people. 70 million people. Do you know how many Judas you have in 70 million people? In every 12, in that 70 million. Calculate it, the mathematicians, and tell us how many Judas you have. That is when you see certain things happen, you hold yourself. Pursue the truth. Find the truth. Don't force anybody to believe you. All you need to do is to, just like we are doing here, you open up the book for the person to make his choice. So that on the last day, whatever choice you make, you'll be responsible for it. You won't say because you had Chook Survivor talking, that was why you did this. No. You have the responsible for the action you take. Go ahead, my beloved brother Maxwell.
Mazi Chook Survivor, to add to what you just said, for that 12 persons that were there, including Christ himself, the savior of the world, there was a Judas among them. But do you know what the Bible said, prophesied against such person? That through his hands or actions, prophecy fulfills.
It will be better that he's not born.
Thank you. Thank you. There is an everlasting and eternal condemnation on that particular person through whose hands the prophecy are fulfilled. Thank you. That is what I mean.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people on this journey we are. You that is watching me, my own self here, my brother Maxwell, we have prophecy to fulfill. Every one of us here have a prophecy to fulfill. But are you going to fulfill your own prophecy on the negative side or on the positive side? That is the question. Are you fulfilling prophecy? That is why I tell you, you see what is happening today? It is bound to happen. If it doesn't happen, Biafra will be delayed more. When the dragon comes out this time, when Obatobie comes out this time, it is forward ever. All these things that you see today, all this battle you see the deputy prime minister fighting, it is clearing road for the next move. You don't, Simon Ekpa doesn't need any distraction. You are going to hear him speak very, very soon. He doesn't need distraction. When he comes out, it is forward ever. That is why I tell you, everything that is happening today, all things will turn out for good to them that love Chukwu Gabiam. It is for good. Don't be disappointed. Don't cry. Don't say why. Don't say why. You will know that when certain things happen, we worry. We say, why must it be this person? They say, oh, why must it be this person? But people have made their choice to fulfill prophecy on the negative side. The only thing you have to do is to be very careful that you don't fulfill prophecy on the negative side. As for prophecy, every single prophecy, true, I'm not talking about all these fake prophets everywhere that come and talk from their teeth or their nose. I'm talking about true prophecy that you and I can see by our own self. That Chukwu Okikabema himself revealed to us, revealed to you, and revealed to me. Individually, he gave it to us. It's left for you. Are you going to fulfill it on the negative side or on the positive side? When we talk about the insecurity in Biafra land, we have been shouting and saying, the government of Nigeria is responsible, fully responsible for the insecurity in Biafra land. It is not a rocket science. The evidence is everywhere. The evidence is overwhelming. Investigation have been, Amnesty International released their report, and when they said, they released on how late Muhammad Buhari sponsored the insecurity in Biafra land. If you don't believe that one, you have had Asare Dokubo come to confess before the whole world. Tell me, where did the Asare Dokubo register a security company? From where? How? Where was he trained? Did Asare Dokubo serve as a soldier anywhere that will make him to own a security company? And they push him. He didn't hide it. He came and in the open and he confessed. How he came online and he brandished his gun. that I've done it to you before, I will do it again. And he went ahead and did it. He said openly that the contract was given to him by late Muhammad Buhari. And Tinubu came and renewed that contract. I played a video yesterday that somebody in Anambra State came out and began to confess how Soludo have empowered a new group called Ndiakodo. This time, it is not the AVG. You know, the AVG is sponsored by the federal government. The AVG security group that are wearing masks, kidnapping people anyhow, sponsored by the federal government. Now, Soludo created another one, Ndakodo. Their own duty is to intimidate the indigenous people. I'm not the one saying it. The person that made the convention is somebody on the ground. But when you go to the conventional media, they will focus on Mazi Nandekan, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the people who have dedicated their life to protect their own people. The whole world is watching and they're hearing. And you think they can stand any Biafra agitator in any law court. It is only in the zoo that they can hold you perpetually. But outside that contraption called Nigeria, they can't be able to stand anybody in any law court in the world. Go ahead, my brother.
He said, throughout my campaign and my, little information, the positions that have been given out, I still maintain, and I still maintain 1,000,000%. After looking into what we do, remember, mark my word, what we do that time in active service, what I saw and what the capacity, the capability of these people, what they can do. And the one man, I think the man that said, this man that the oil in Bayelsa belongs to Adamawa. There was that black man. I do not know whether he was a former governor or so. Yeah. He said something, and when they were asking him, he said, he told, is it Shehu Akimbolo or who in channels or thereabout? Watch and see what will happen to Southeast in the coming weeks. I don't know whether you listen to that interview. Listen, man, watch and see what will happen to Southeast in the coming weeks. He was automatically reiterating the voice of the impostor Buhari, that they will pursue us, that he is going to teach us in the language that we'll understand. It was after that this man made this supporting statement. Watch and see what will happen in the Southeast in the coming days. The journalist asked him, what do you think what are you saying? What is it that is going to happen in Southeast? He said, watch and see.
I remember that.
It was not long. A counter force was set in. Money were shared to these politicians. Pressures were mounted on them. They set up a counter ESN. ESN, their own ESN was not granted on true foundation and on truth. Where are they now? They collapsed. ESN Mazi the Kanu setup has transformed into a different thing now.
Absolutely.
Very potent. But where are their own? Because it was a counter force that has no bearing and foundation on truth, recognizing the suffering of the people and the crimes that were meted out, the atrocities that were meted out on them when they go to farms. They set up their own to counter a true and responsible security outfit, but their own did not last. They begin to fight themselves. Confusion set in. They brought in Asari Dokubo and co. I came out, I told them, knowing what Nigeria would do and what we did in Liberia and Sierra Leone, it will not be difficult for them to do it in Southeast. They are going to form a counter force using our own people in that land, the sons and daughters of that land. They will speak your language. They will behave like you. They will eat your food. The same food you eat, that is what they are going to do. And they are going to use them to do whatever that they are doing to our people. What happened? To go and check the videos. Even those they, cunningly captured. Go and see the interview, the interrogation they were giving them on camera. See, they were our people. They were our people. Our people failed to understand. So foolish to accept such contracts from them, irrespective of how much they give you. You shouldn't have done that. You have forgotten the history of the Hausa people and the minority indigenous people in the north. That was what Fulani Caliphate did to them, pitching brothers and brothers against each other.
Exactly. They destroyed themselves. They were the ones that destroyed them.
Yes, using the other to fight the brother. That is what they are doing to you. And you are allowing the same prophecy to fulfill in your hand through you. You will suffer, you will pay dearly for it. Biafrans will not go the path of the northern Hausa people that are under occupation, that even their traditional stool has been taken away, changed to Emirate system. Emirate system is not Hausa. Emirate is not Hausa. Emirate is Asian.
Yeah.
They are not Hausa. It's Arabic. Emirati. That is what they call them. They are Emirate system, the Sultanate. But they allowed them, they came in, they did the same thing, and that is what they are trying to do in Biafra land. Unfortunately for them, it is too difficult for them to do. Look, let me tell you, no matter how you allow yourself to be used by these people to distort the peace of Biafra land, you will suffer doing it. I don't want to use the other this so that people will not, say, oh, we are doing this or doing that. There is nobody. The worst war you will fight is the war you pick up against your own brothers that are fighting for your liberation, but you are there fighting to bring them down and to support the enemy to trash them. They will not.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. And now I think we have to play this video a little bit. Yesterday we were playing it, but we didn't complete the analysis on this buffoon in Anambra State that called himself Soludo, who has now openly told the government of the zoo not to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. From his speech means do not release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He said the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will not stop the insecurity in Biafra. And when you hear that statement, what is the motive? That is what I ask you. When you see them talk, what is the motive? Why now? Why are you making such speech in a time when all of them is shallow, release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? And when you see them talk, you think they are serious. This was a man who went and did a billboard. A billboard for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu during the time of Muhammad Buhari, say release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Today he's telling you that releasing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will not stop the insecurity. And what does insecurity have to do with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has no case. By his own right, his own human right demand that you release him, whether you're insecurity or not, deal with it. But when they speak, you now begin to see their inner tones that they never ever wanted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be. That's why I tell people, if you are putting your hope in anybody that is a politician, whether your brother, your sister, your uncle, your benefactor, you are putting your life at risk. They won't help you. Let us listen to this very program on this studio and hear them. We were doing this yesterday, but we couldn't.
Oh, well, I had announced the presence of Mr. Muyiwa Adeyemi, who is a political analyst in the studio. Mr. Muyiwa, good to have you on the show.
Yeah, good evening once again.
Okay, I'm also informed that Mr. Isiaka Badamosi, the virtual guest, has joined us. Good evening, Mr. Badamosi.
Good evening, Chukuma. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
So good to have you. Very well. So good to have you on this show. And thanks for coming. Now, let me even start with you. The issue of the insecurity in the southeast is on the front burner again. We have the governor of Anambra State, Soludo, say that, look, freeing Nnamdi Kanu will not necessarily thaw the tension. It will not going to bring about the end of the insecurity in the southeast because, according to him, criminal elements have hijacked the agitation, the liberation movement. Now, a lot of people had also said this thing before. Do you agree with Soludo? And is that even the reason why Nnamdi Kanu has not been released by the federal government? What's your take on Soludo's assertion?
Okay, thank you very much, Chukuma. You see, the thing is this. I think it's a good thing we have somebody who is coming out and in the person of a governor of a state, coming out to say it as it is. Some of us have been saying it for quite some time now, but most people are not paying attention, or maybe they are being sentimental about the situation. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu would not significantly change the dynamics of what is on ground right now. Just like the governor said, the whole agitation has been hijacked by criminal elements, and they are operating and they're having a field day. And for them to relinquish
the agitation has not been hijacked, and we are not in agitation. For the record, Biafra has been declared. We are in restoration. Let the zoo continue to deceive themselves. Let them continue to parade their lies. Let them continue to deceive those who are watching them to make themselves happy. Let them continue to live in their dream. The truth remains that the agitation will never be hijacked by anybody. They can continue to use their language of hijack. The restoration of Biafra is not the NSAS. It is not end bad governance that you hijack. It is not. In this restoration of Biafra, it is forward ever. If you like, take the next person out. The next person will follow. If you like, take the next person will follow. We are in line. When it is time for anybody to come in, they will come in. Nothing hijack, nobody hijack anything. So when they parade their lies in their own studio, every Biafran watching, listening, the restoration of Biafra is where we are. That is where we are. Biafra have been declared. Today, we are in pursuit of recognition and restoration on the ground. So this area of their nonsense doesn't really concern us.
Or to forgo all of this this crime they've been into all the while will be a very difficult challenge. Even though I think its release might ignite one or two maybe reconciliatory moves, but in terms of solving what we call the insecurity situation and then the criminal element, I don't think it will be the case. Because besides even the criminal element, you have people even within the political circle who are benefiting from the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. And for them, they are better off without him being around, because some of them might even think that his presence might overshadow their political ambition and political energy, presence within the southeast. So all of these are dynamics that are intertwined and are playing out within the southeastern part of Nigeria as it is now.
All right. Thanks very much, Mr. Badamosi. Does what Soludo said, does it lend credence to the fact that, like you said, is there a possibility, that some people are the ones? Is it possible, I want to say, is it possible that the federal government, the president in particular, will listen to such statements by people like Soludo and then continuously keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention, bearing in mind that, look, even letting this young man go might not even douse the tension in the southeast?
You see, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria might not have the kind of power we are arrogating to him. in the sense that there are judicial processes that are ongoing right now, and those judicial processes has to be determined within the courts. Okay, but let's assume that maybe the case is withdrawn, the federal government decided to withdraw the case and all of that, and he is released. The president will be looking out for a kind of
Hello, Mr. Baramosi. Okay, I think there's a
much more peaceful and calm southeast with the release of. If that does not happen, if it does not see a change in the security situation, what is after the release of Nnamdi Kanu, then it means or the government of the day in terms of what they have asked him to do. And I think for me, Nnamdi Kanu deserves to be let go of, because as it is right now, the government has not been able to prosecute this case for quite a while. And I think it is not an appropriate thing to keep him perpetually if the government is found wanting in prosecuting his case properly. So the young man is entitled to his life. If not even for the southeast agitation and the Biafra agitation, he should be given his life back and let him go on with his life.
All right, Mr. Baramosi, I like the fact that you talked about the judicial process and political solution. It's a bit curious that you say that, look, the president doesn't have the kind of power that we arrogate to him, talking about releasing Nnamdi Kanu by fiat. We have, how many months, 2 months ago, I mean, we saw the president order the Attorney General of the Federation to let go people who were charged with treasonable felony. We have also seen it happen in the case of the Miala president. You know, the president of the Miala cattle herder. The president, by fiat, said, let this person go. It happened in the case of Sunday Igboho. It happened in the case of Omoyele Sowore. So why is it a big difficult for the same president, the same government, to do the same thing for Nnamdi Kanu? Does it look like some form of political persecution, not just for the person of Nnamdi Kanu, but for the Southeast?
You see, when you say we've seen it in these cases you've mentioned, there were judicial processes that such cases went through. If
you talk about judicial processes, a court of competent jurisdiction also asked the federal government, let this young man go. He doesn't have any case to answer. The federal government turned around to prefer more charges against him. What does it look like?
Answer.
But you must also remember, Chukuma, that 2 cases. Okay, sorry, I didn't get what you said. What you said last?
No, I said, what does it look like?
Hello, I didn't get the last thing you said.
No, the last thing I said is that.
Well, for me, I think you see.
Go ahead.
Okay, you see, what I'm saying is that the issue that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu is fairly a peculiar issue. For me, I think there are people who are behind the scene playing a lot of drums and a lot of dynamics. I told you earlier that there are elements within the Southwest, criminal elements that have hijacked the movement.
You see, these people are always clever. Each time you come to the issue of when they can't answer the question, they will now begin to reshape it and now shift the blame to somewhere else. A country that supposedly has a law. Your court say, release this man. One of the courts, in fact, said that no law court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until they explain the situation surrounding his kidnap from Kenya. And you cannot be on illegality and you talk about illegality. It doesn't happen anywhere. A court in that same country told them to pay compensation to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They ignored it and they continue to hold him and persecute him. And now, when you engage them with that argument, they will tell you, oh, there are some powerful people who have interest in holding him. This is one of the grievances. One of the grievances why we must exit the zoo by fire by force. The whole world is listening. This is one of our grievances, which was stated in Latin during our convention. One of the reasons why we must exit the zoo. This is one of it. Go ahead, my brother, Max. Sister Ojugo will now speak to us.
Oh, okay. Let him go.
My sister Ojugo, are you there?
Yes.
Let's hear from you, my sister. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. We are back again.
Yeah.
Welcome, Nemoji.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. We are back again, my brothers. It's so heartbreaking listening to this horrible but good interview. Horrible in the sense that a whole country that call themselves country will come out in a public radio watching their dirty linens. Look at the interview. When he says judiciary involved, now in the case of Mazen Nandakar, his network will become.
Go ahead, my sister.
Okay, his network will become bad. He wasn't hearing the man anymore. The man tried to explain it, and then the man didn't even repeat himself. Then he came back with an answer. You are the one saying, come again, come again. Allow the man to come again with his question. He did not. He listened to that interview again. He now came back with the previous answer he has given before. They know what they're doing. And the more they hold Nnamdi Kanu, the more Nigeria is killing itself. The world know that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. Now he doesn't have answer for judiciary because for judiciary, Nnamdi Kanu is cleared. What is Nnamdi? If you said Miate Ala leader, all these people, it was true. There was some sort of judiciary process. Now, what happened to the judiciary process of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that? So they have no answer. And once they get to that point, they start to stammer. They start stammering because they have no clear answer to that. So it's just horrible, horrible. And you still see some people still falling for this place called the Zoo, Nigeria. I have no idea what kind of, like you said, your conscience, what kind of common sense that these people that are, I don't know. And listen to the prophecy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It has all come to fulfillment. They will buy you over. Nigeria has billions of naira to buy you over. They will make you minister. Haven't Nigeria make the minister of our own people? They will make you governors. All these governors, who are they working for? The bottom of it was an election. None of them were voted in. It was through criminal process that they all enter. You know, so they know what they're doing, and now they say hijack. Hijack what? They are in denial. When with this, and it's so painful when you see people who said they went through the 4 walls of college coming out on air, messing up. In another country that this, even, okay, what about even the illiterate Buhari that ruled the zoo said Biafra is a country inside a country? Have we forgotten? Have we forgotten that?
He said it, yeah, you're right.
Biafra is a country inside a country. Now, this country want to say, okay, we want to go. We don't want to be inside another country. And they are still in denial. When with this, what makes me angry is we're talking about people that didn't go to school? What about those that claim that they went to school? Why are they still? Oh, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Mary Mabere. I don't get. Look at this interview. Look at this interview. Is it not evidence for the whole world to know that Nnamdi Kanu, they are holding him unjustly? Nothing. And now the idiot that called himself. In fact, we need to be showing Soludo before he became a governor was standing gidigba with Biafra. This idiot Soludo that paraded himself. That's why when people are saying our governors, the elites, they will be the one that will help to release Nnamdi Kanu. You are just
jokers.
You're just fooling yourself. Fooling yourself, for crying out loud. Is this governors, the senators in Biafra land are holding Nnamdi Kanu captive? They are the one. No exemption. No exemption. Don't mind whatever some of them come out on the TV as I say, we're working on it. We're following due process. Forever, Nnamdi Kanu will be there. Because for every 4 years, there must be election. Nnamdi Kanu will be there for the election.
Of course.
Now, they've seen that Nnamdi Kanu is not the problem of insecurity in the Southeast. And there is no insecurity in the Southeast for I can bear with my life. There is no insecurity in the Southeast. Where there is insecurity is in the northern part of that zoo.
Absolutely.
That is where they have insecurity. If they have insecurity in Biafra land, why did they want to bring down to us people that the Biafra and his own group chased away from their original land? Why did they want to bring it to Biafra land that is not secured? What are we doing? I traveled home. I went home. We don't even see any sign that we are fighting people who are fighting us. Is that what causes insecurity in our land? No. The people that the military we have know whom to fight, know whom to target. They're protecting us. I moved around. I went everywhere I want to go. The people are scared of those that are uniform. Our people were scared of those idiots on uniform. I was able to see those ones that Asare Dokubo trained. They mingle now with the police. They mingle with the army.
Yes.
Because you could see their uniform at the back, that emblem that was they have on their plaque. I saw them. I traveled home. I saw them at Onitsha. I saw them. You see how bad this country is. This is Asare Dokubo with the security. But Buhari did all this to destroy Southeast.
Exactly.
But it was impossible. He did all he did. He killed all our men with the what is it? Python dance. It's well, I don't know what the word. Well, they've already said it. We have to fight for it. Every other country fought for theirs. We are wearing the shoe. No other person. They will only help and assist, but who's wearing the shoe? We. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. My brother Max, take the mic.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and good morning to you, my name is Jugo. May God continue to bless you. After all your hard work and everything, you still find a time to come out to speak to Biafrans. May your own never
Thank you,
spoil.
my career na where
One.
mba. What did they call it?
Okay, yeah.
Nwa.
Okay, or one.
The by na where
Nwa, yes. Then we can then okay.
Okay.
You see, Massachusetts, and everyone that is listening to me, I told you that looking from where I am coming from, the Nigerian army will do everything to, raise up a counter force that is going to fight the Biafran people. And they've done it. They've done it, and they will continue to do it in as much as there are gullible people that will be willing to sacrifice their own life to join these evil forces, counter forces that are fighting your own people. You will fail. If you are one of those people, due to the amount that they have given to you or what they have promised to you, you pick up arms to fight your own people that are fighting for your own liberation and freedom, the sanctity of your father's ancestral land, your dignity. You will fail. You will fail. You will not survive it. You will not. The worst thing you would do is to pick up arms to fight your own people that are fighting for your own freedom. Biafra land is not North. Biafra land is not Hausa land. You would never survive it in Biafra land because there is a special grace that is covering the Biafran people at that particular part of the world. The special grace is on them. If not, go and check what Hassan Kassina said about the Biafran young men. Hassan Kassina, Major Hassan Kassina, retired Major General Hassan Kassina. It is in his family that the mother of Major General Ike Nwachukwu was born. I don't know if all of you remember this. Major General Ike Nwachukwu, who was the only, let me say, part of the first Igbo son from Isukwato that became the general officer commanding 1 Mechanized Infantry Division in Kaduna. Ike Nwachukwu is a military police, one of the brilliant and most educated person in the history of Nigerian Army. If you check it, you will see. But do you know the same son, born of an Isukwato man, fought on the side of the Nigerian troops as at that time?
Yeah.
All of them. All of them. All of them. These are the people that I don't like. Hassan Kassina said during that war that they should not allow any child of male background, a male child in Biafra land to survive. In fact, that is how they put it when we were in the army. I don't know whether you people will understand this Hausa.
I got you.
Any male child with a penis. That's the meaning. Bra is penis. Any male child with penis who would never survive. They should kill all. That was Major Hassan Kassina during that war. And they tried to buy as many as they can. Then their cohort supported them by blockade. majority of our people that died in millions died not just as a result of gun, barrel bullets, and bombs, but through starvation. Yet, you are still there today. Yet, when they count you in the most prosperous ethnic group in the world, you are there. You are there. They made everything impossible, so difficult for you to thrive in that contraption called Nigeria, the British franchise, departmental store, I call it, a shopping mall of the British Kingdom. You cannot. I was, maybe if not, I will use myself as an example. Polytechnic and colleges of education, jam. I don't know. There is a call.
We lost your voice.
Here, but yeah, there is a call coming in. I
Okay.
just want to hold on for me. Let me.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. You see, I had 109, 109 in PCE. I had 209 sciences to read petrochemical engineering in Futo Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I was not given admission. I did pure science. I was not given admission. But a child from the north, quota system, had 101. He was admitted in one of the premier universities. Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, Kaduna.
That quota system is the greatest criminality in Nigeria.
I'm telling you.
That is the foundation. One thing, this is one of the systems that they put in place that will make Nigeria never, ever, ever, ever survive. That quota system.
Even upon that, the people that are benefiting from the quota system, what progress have you seen in them? What progress?
They don't want the progress. They are not talking about progress. Now they talk of progress. They are not talking about progress. They just want to be there.
Yeah.
A system that will put uneducated person on top, and the educated person will just be observing and be watching.
See, my brother, when I was enlisted into the Nigerian army, I went there with SSCE. SSCE, that was what I went in there. I was enlisted. I was bold. My mom didn't go to school, but my mom tried to give up the basics. The basics. And it is because of my stubbornness as at that time that made me not to go to the university. They asked me to keep home, stay home and go back again. I said, I will not. I don't want to. I want to live an independent life. That was the reason why I ventured into the enlistment. I was enlisted at a women training college, Obakala. Is it Obakala? In Umuahia, very close to Queen Elizabeth School of Nursing, Umuahia Olokoro, where you have the, Umuahia, is it the Queen Elizabeth Hospital? In Umuahia, for those of you that come from Umuahia, very close, Olokoro or Ibek. That Obakala Road, that was where I was enlisted in Women's Training College. I don't know the name they give it here right now. I don't know why. When I joined, my brothers and sisters, if you look at the people that were enlisted into the army as at that time, you will think, yes, what our people said is true, that army is a group of illiterate, untrained fellows. They're gathering. There are people that we will call them say, why am I here in this kind of place with this kind of category of people? Ask them anything in English, they will tell you, say, Ba Turenchi. If you press hard, Ba Turenchi, no English. If you press hard, why? Didn't you go to school? They say, Haba, Kefa, you, Kefa. They say, you. A chicken acting soldier, Ba Dogo Turenchi. Inside the military job, there is no too much grammar. And it's true. A chicken acting soldier, Ba Turenchi. If you go, come, go, right turn, left turn. They teach you how to manipulate weapons and how to use them, skill at arms. Then you go in there, you begin to operate. That's all. For such people to express themselves the way we are interacting here, they cannot. And these are people, they give so much rank to control you. What are they going to control you? Bat range you. I'm not telling you that there are no, people that are learned in those places that are there, but listen to them when they speak. Listen to them when they speak, especially the officers, those in the officer cadre. Listen to them when they speak. In fact, if you are very fluent in English and have the command of English you are speaking, they will run away from you. They will run away from you. I used to interact with them. When you listen to them speak, you will know that you don't have. In fact, if wishes were to be what, as you people call it, I wouldn't have been in this kind of place. These are the people that command you. But you have no right to say no, because they have the rank, they have the power to command you. You have to obey. Obey the last command. Obey the last order. Or you will be charged for insubordination or refusal to obey a particular order. This is the situation we found ourselves, and who are the causes of it? Those that we call some of our elders in Biafra land, some of the religious leaders in Biafra land, some of the political, in fact, all the political elites in Biafra land. Anyone that stands to gain something from this corrupt criminal status quo would never allow you to be free. Just like this idiot, Soludo. That was the name I gave him in Niger Watch. Soludo. These are the people that, because of political interest, they will say, oh, no, don't allow him to come out. And they are still holding our man there. Like this interview that happened here. Just imagine, like my sister said, network failure. He couldn't, automatically, he switches over to different things. He switches over. You couldn't understand. Court of Appeal, second most highest court in the land, said, I found this man no guilty. Just like Pontius Pilate. What do you want to do? Just imprison him for us, whether good or bad. He said, I cannot do it. I am relieving him of all the charges proffered against him. Allow this man to go. Overnight, Buhari changed the panel of judges that freed Mazen Kanu, constituted another one, transferred these ones to different places that organized that stay of execution. Overnight, and you think that the world is not. Where it pains me so much is that the human rights, the committee of the human rights, gave Nigeria 6 months to release Mazen Kanu. Up to today, these people can no longer. How would they talk? Where you have their conglomerate, business enterprises, economic interest in the oil and gas that is flowing from the land of the Biafran people. How will you want them to speak? The amount has been sealed with bribes. The flow of crude oil and gas. How would they stop? Now they are having problem with Russia. Russia is trying to curtail them. Where in the world do you have the highest deposit of natural gas? Is it not in Uguta? Is it not in Uguta, Umo State? Over 200 trillion cubic of gas deposit. That is the one that they have seen. There are other ones that are there. But whatever that I'm going to assure them, both those people that are in and out against this restoration of Biafra, you will go. You will go like the others. You will go like the others. And I'm using this opportunity as you to advise, to support you, to tell you, no matter whatever that happens, no matter the kind of sticks they throw into our midst, no matter the kind of stone they throw into our midst to scatter us. Be strong, my people. Be strong. Be strong. We have declared Biafra. Documents and certificates will be issued. The world will recognize you as a government, and you will speak in diplomatic terms and conditions. You people, be proud of what you have built for your children and children unborn. We will not bequeath the same situation that we collected from our people in the past to our children unborn. Thank you so much. God bless you. Forget about these people. These people are just elements and instruments that are being used to deceive the world and those that are willing to fight for us. What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that Turuji did not do? What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do that is worse than what Sunday Igboho did? They've gone. They've released them. But coming to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it's like some of you, I say some of you have forgotten the chief, the Igbo chief in Lagos that is under carceration as well. These are Igbo sons, part of Biafra land. They are holding them. Nobody is speaking because our people, those that are supposed to fight for us, are in bed with demons that are fighting, the same demons that are fighting us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Maxwell. You have spoken very well, and I think we have to go further to listen to this argument more. Then we can be able to go to. I can see our Secretary for Information is here with us. I can see her in the comment section. Honorable Secretary of Information, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming around. Thank you so much for being there. So let's listen a little bit from this argument. And
also that there are political actors within the Saudis who does not want this young man to be released, and some of these people are playing all of these cards all over the place. And there are people also who are singing the song of let's please release this man so we can have peace in the southeast, which also the governor has told always necessarily translate to peace and tranquility in the southeast. That is a fact. There are too many interests already at play. Now, comparing it with all of the ones you have cited, there were processes that were gone into. There were judicial processes that were gone into. It wasn't just a case of the president say release these people and it happened. You must go to the court, either withdraw the case, and then the judge has to struck it out, and then maybe the government say I'm no longer prosecuting this cause anymore, then for that to happen. Now, if that happens, it has gone through a judicial process, which is the normal process to be gone through. It's not about the president to say, go ahead and release him. It doesn't work like that. And besides that fact, I said there are people who are pushing to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is kept perpetually in detention.
All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Baramosi. Let's come back. Please do stay with us as I bring it back to the studio. Mr. Adeyemi, you have heard my intro. I mean, Charles Soludo, governor of Anambra.
Before we proceed to continue to listen to this fraudulent media that parade lies, I can never be able to speak truth. Let us please listen to our Secretary for Information, Dr. Agi. She's here with us. Let us hear from her. She is the Secretary for Information now under the United States of Biafra. She's the one preparing all the activities you are seeing and all the media informations you are seeing. We get information from her. She's the one in charge as the Secretary of Information. Whatever comes from her, from the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, she now bring it back to us. We in the media will spread it out. That is why, to assure you that every information you get here is coming from the office of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Honorable Secretary, please speak to us. Let's hear you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chuk Survival. Biafrans, pardon me, still pretty early here. It's like 5:40 in the morning, but I'm here this morning. I needed to step in. Want to thank Chook Survival, all our USB media personnel, Adadiorama, Ugo 247, Claridine, Mouthpiece, Tochi, Ndubisi Kelvin. So many of them that I might not remember. Like I said, it's pretty too early. Very soon we'll come out with our full list. Biafrans, good morning. I'm thanking you all for staying with our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, all through the space yesterday. I thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We will be coming out with list of the cabinet members that will be on space each week. We will do that at least 2 days before the day they will come. The government of Biafra, the United States of Biafra, is not going to be exactly identical to what you are used to in terms of media, where one will come on media and be saying things that the government has not approved. This is a government. By the time I bring out the list of the handles you follow to get the right information, please pay attention to those handles. When we listen to various sources of information, at times we get confused and our mind gets clogged up. I thank you all so far for your support. And I'm telling you that without us we don't turn our media to be saga. We are not here to do saga. We are here to present you facts. My Twitter handle is at ZYMLUV2022. Again, at ZYMLUV2022. Thank you so much. And let me let Mazi Chooks to continue on the topic at hand. I will exit now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you for joining us briefly. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yesterday, I think my sister Anjugo, there was something you said yesterday, suggestion you're making, and now that I told you that it's ongoing, and hearing from her when you were asking about where Biafrans will be getting information on daily basis, just like you normally get information before during the time of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, you were asking that we make sure that it is good we let everybody know the handle where at least people can be going to get information on a daily basis, like those who will not be able to come to YouTube or Space or whatever. So I thank God that our Secretary for Information is here, and she's just saying exactly the same thing I responded yesterday. Briefly, if you have something to say, just a minute before she leaves, you can say something before she leaves.
Okay. Our Secretary of Information, thank you for joining us this morning. Yeah, on my own side, I live in the central time area. It's like 4:45 or 4 something now. So joining David has been the best time. As soon as I wake up, he's there, and we always join him. So now my question I asked yesterday has been cleared because, like I said that yesterday, I always go to Simon, the Prime Minister's handle to get my information because I try to cut down my social media interaction, even YouTube. I cut down a lot of them. So when I go to PM as X handle, I just get all my information, knowing that it's the same information that the media will carry for the day. So where I am now, I was not able to write down your handle, but I know I will grab it one of these days. I'll be in a place where I can write it down to find it on the space. But thank you so much for coming. That clears my question of yesterday about the media, because that is nothing like media. Media is very, very vital in this stage that we're in now. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for that question. I think she was kicked out. She's going to come back in a few minutes. She's going to come back and respond. And yeah, she's back. She's back. Sorry, Dr. Agi. I think you were kicked out on all that.
Yes, I was. I was, it's like for some reason, it's like they did that the same thing yesterday when the deputy prime minister was on.
They are scared of your presence, so we don't mind. They are scared of your presence. Go ahead.
Okay, someone asked a question. Unfortunately, I didn't get it before I was kicked out. Can that person repeat the question, please?
29 December, 29 Yeah, I'm on a live program. Hello?
Ojugo, are you there? You can come again. She didn't get your question.
Yes, I'm there. It wasn't actually a question. I asked that question yesterday, but your presence this morning has cleared my question, because I was having a concern of, Twitter handle where I normally go to get my information from the Prime Minister handles, because like I said, I'm not a YouTube fan and all those stuff. I limit my information intake, because of the type of job that I do here. I work with my brain a lot, so I don't want to be too exhausted with a lot of information. So I kind of worried, where I can be getting that if I don't want to come to YouTube, But now you've said your S handle, but unfortunately I'm not in a place where I can write it down, but somehow I will get it. I'll get it. So you've cleared it, that the team, you're working with your team seriously. So I'm happy about that, because that was my concern. Media is very, very important. And like you said, once we have the list of whom to listen and whom not to listen, it helps a lot to eliminate all this crap.
They are taking me out again. I'm sorry. They just did. Am I still there?
Yes.
Yeah, you're here. We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you are here.
Okay, let me just answer your question. Yes, currently I'm using my personal handle. Let me call it my social media handle that's been in effect for years. We are working on the government handles.
Is that the handle, what I'm showing?
No, yeah, that's my social media. That's my personal, where you can go. Yes, only on Twitter. Then okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm in Facebook, but not active in Facebook with same handle. Yeah, but the handle is, you will see it, the one that has @ZYMLUV2022. Our departmental handles are in process because of what happened. As you can see, someone is using government handle and be fighting the same government. So now there are measures are being put in place. So that's why it's kind of taking time for our departmental handles to come out, which is the official. So at long run, my official handle will be out. The Department of Information and Telecommunication and Postal Services Twitter handle, the official handle, will be posted. But right now, this is what I'm using.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
I have a question.
I'll be here like for 30 minutes. Like I said, it's like 6 minutes to 6 a.m. here. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah. Just one question.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
My minister, I would like to ask you, thank you so much for coming in here this morning with all your tight schedules, and you still find time to come. May God, as usual, continue to bless every one of you, especially my Nemoches that are not having any rest simply because they want to free my mother's ancestral land. I would like to ask this question. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic government, and as has been declared the United States of Biafra today, has been isolated from us, and we are not hearing anything from him. I would like to ask, how possible is it? Is there any information about him, his whereabouts, and how he's faring? Just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being allowed in the zoo, as bad as it is, to have some few minutes of interactions with the press and the Biafran people, at least to see him. I ask this question because since the time he was taken away from us, we've not heard anything from him. Is there any way any of you are getting in contact with him? Thank you.
Thank you so much. This question was answered by the Deputy Prime Minister yesterday when she said that she's getting all the information she needs from him. Okay? And then, like I've said in so many occasions, this is a lawyer who is in a Western, one of the civilized Western countries. And we should always remember what they call lawyer-client relationship. So let's take it that he is my lawyer now. So it's what I ask, what he, no, let me say that he's my client now. Let me act as a lawyer. So it's whatever that he wants me to release that I will release. Absolutely. Can we all understand that? He's not in detention the way it is for our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It's not the same. In Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in zoo. This guy is in a place, not only that his right is protected, this is a politician who just gave up his political post because of this Biafra restoration. This is a well-known person in Lari City. He's not a chicken. And besides, so it's only things he wants us to share that we will share. Absolutely. It's his right. And also, he is not in distress. I'm still going to say it again. The only right that, I will call it right, temporary, because of the allegations, which three of them has been dropped. It's just that he cannot address you. He cannot tweet. He cannot have any contact in person with anybody at this point. Any Biafran, let me not say anybody, until they call it full stop. You know what I'm trying to say? But as for him coming out, he'll come out in a banger. So this question has been asked several times. Mazi Simon we cannot speak for him to telling you this is this, this is that. I know that's the kind of life we are used to in developing world, but it's not in this case. He's allowed to orientate ×5. So it's whatever he wants to, he wants to be released, that will be released. But again, he is fine. And he will join us. And when he comes out, as you all know, he chooses what he wants you to know, at what time. You know what I mean? So we know who he is. But he will tell his story himself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Secretary of Information. Chusky, do you have something to say before she leaves? It's very early.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to use this opportunity to greet all Biafrans, and I'm very, very happy with our COS yesterday. He has really put a lot of things in order for a lot of people, not for me, because already I know where I belong.
and I know the right thing to do. My common sense God gave me, my thinking faculty God gave me, will make me to have a good reasoning to know when people are going astray and when people are not going astray. So for those Biafrans who cannot even make a perfect judgment when things are wrong, I blame them so much. So yesterday, our COS has really, and our Deputy Prime Minister has already clarified it. I'm so grateful. And I want to also urge Biafrans that we should support the government in all ramification, and make sure that Biafra is fully restored. Greetings, my fellow Biafrans. Mazichus, I hail you so much. You are a wonderful man. In fact, you are a good man. I love the way you do things. I love the way you reason. And I love everything about you. May God continue to help us in this struggle. Thank you, sir, and God bless you.
Bless you too. Bless you too. Dr. Agi, you can take a leave. It's morning time over there. You have a lot to do today. So
thank you so much. And every now and then I will be jumping in, at least in case there's any question that I can clear up for Biafrans. We're here to serve them. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a good day.
We're expecting you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, and God
Bye.
bless you.
Bless you too. Bye.
My information is power. When people
Let's
are not
continue. Let us hear the rest of this discussion. Let's see what they are saying. Someone else is now speaking on that very issue, how they have decided to keep Mazin Nandekam incommunicado, and they are pretending not to know what the law says.
A reaction.
Well, I think as far as I'm concerned, such a statement from the governor of Anambra State at this moment is unfortunate and it's uncalled for. It's political. And perhaps if he's speaking, if release of Kanu will threaten his re-election next year, he will have put it in a different dimension. Because what everybody wanted, apart from people in the Southeast, what every free thinker, any political analyst, any social crusader, right, or freedom fighter is looking for is to convince the federal government to see the necessity why Kanu must be released. You understand? I think it is a prison of conscience to many people. And what anybody would have loved the governor of that state to say this time around is that, well, if you release Kanu, it will reduce tension. If you release Kanu, all these criminal elements will not have opportunity of having, you understand, to continue to perpetrate their evil acts. Right, you know, because Kanu is incarcerated. So that's when we were able to having people like, I think, content creator, Ekpa, right? I think coming to the board. And those guys that I think...
You see these idiots. These people are so scared of Mazi Simon Ekpa that whenever they remember him, they can't sleep. And every Biafra, wherever you are, you must continue to pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa. If not for Mazi Simon Ekpa, I don't know what would have been the fate of Mazin Nandeka. I don't know what would have been his fate. It is because of the activities of Mazin Simon Ekpa. That is why today, the name of Mazin Nandekano is in the mouth of everyone, including the people who want him dead, including the people that contributed money. They put money together to go and kidnap Mazin Nandekano. Today, they cannot help but continue to ask for his freedom. It is not ordinary. It is because of Mazi Simon. Mazi Simon have decided to channel everything towards himself. Every hatred of Mazi Nandekano, and I want every one of you, whenever you see these people who are calling for Mazi Nandekano release, the elites, the politicians, go and check their handle and see what they were saying when Mazi Nandekano was in the free world. Go and check what these people were saying when Mazin Nandekano was in the free world. Every single person today that claims that they want Mazin Nandekano free, they want him free. Go and check what they were saying when he was free. These were the people who were campaigning for his head. They call him, there is no kind of name they didn't call him. But today, because Mazi Simon have taken up the mantle to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not left behind. That very move of Mazi Simon have made it that they can never ever stop talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They can't. Today, there is no station that will finish their program without mentioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No elite, no politician will come and make their campaign without mentioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Simon have made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu more relevant than you can ever imagine among the political sector and whatever they can do. And today, you see them smiling. Oh, Mazi Simon, they think they have silenced Mazi Simon, but they don't know what is coming. They don't know what is coming. In a few days, it's going to happen. And you will see them change the narrative. Let us hear what he says.
Hide undying, where they won't be alleged that have increased the tempo of insecurity in that region. So now they've arrested Ekpa, right? Those guys occasionally, as it is now, they might some be uncoordinated because we're hiding under that figure. If Kanu could come out now, right, and I say, okay, my people, suspend this sit at home every Monday. You understand? We want to engage dialogue in our process. So meaning that once I think nobody again who, in the name of fighting for Biafra, taking up arms, killing soldiers, stopping marketers, destroying the economy of that region, meaning that whoever trying to do that will be treated like a criminal, not only by the government, not only by the state actors, even by the people. Because the man in front of this decision has said, we are embarking on dialogue now, right? Let everything that decision come into suspension. We want to dialogue, which he has been saying while in prison now, right? So, but for the governor to come out to say, even if you release him, right, at least the insecurity will continue. Then why would the federal government or Tinubu government will now see necessity
to release him? Exactly my point. If we have a state governor who has identified,
election is coming. We are discussing politics here, right?
Yes.
Election is coming, and each politician will now begin to see issues. You understand? We don't know if Soludo has appointed Kanu in several ways, and I'll be afraid that release this man now, he will control, or may have the control on the voters. That whatever he wanted the vote to swing, right, might go that way. But I think I'm not expecting any
Mr. Day, I'll come to
say that now.
I'll come to that point shortly. Now, my concern is if we have a governor coming out to say, look, the liberation movement has been hijacked by criminal enemies. Now, what does this speak? Does it speak to the complicity of the state? If the state, with all its power, enormous power, information, cannot use intelligence to fish out these perpetrators, and the governor comes out to tell us that, look, this thing has been hijacked.
You know what? I think I'm not disputing that with him. Right. Let's have a clear cut.
No, my question
right.
Does it look like the government, is complicit?
No. The government will not be complicit. You understand? I'm saying that, when we had crisis, you understand, the leadership, you understand, the command structure of IPOP, I think has been fractionalized. Right. Ekpa claiming to be in charge until his arrest, and a lot of group were in support of Kanu. Do you understand? So we are getting counter orders. Right? While a group drumming peace, right? Some were being confrontational. And with some kind of reports we have been able to get from that axis, a lot of people that have been arrested for committing crime belong to the other group, supposedly being led by Ekpa, right? And then I was saying that it has been hijacked.
You see these idiots, when they lie, they think that we are not following up. He said that people they arrested, people they saw, that they are working with Simon Ekpa. And you ask this idiot, where did you arrest people and where did you see such video? Is there any video that is existing where somebody was arrested and he said that he's working for Mazi Simon Ekpa. The only video we know that is online, I don't know if I can find that video today, where somebody confessed, where a criminal confessed who claimed to be a member of ESN. The guy made it clear to everybody. And he said the people who ascended him, he mentioned their name. He said that he's being sponsored by China Samuru. He mentioned DOS. The video is everywhere. And the guy went ahead to say that their camp is at the back of police station. I have played that video several times. I can't find why I kept that video. Many of you must have seen that video. But you see these idiots that gather on the studio and pretend to be speaking to people who are not knowledgeable like themselves. They think we don't have information and they push lies to the world. This is how they roll. This is how they roll. There is no video existing anywhere where somebody was arrested and the person confessed that Mazi Simon Ekpa sent him to go and commit crime. There is no such video existing anywhere. There is no such video. Videos we have seen, confessions we have seen, are people who are being sponsored by federal government of Nigeria and those who are being sponsored by the IPOB Nigeria. These are the videos we have seen. It's a pity I cannot lay my hand on that video now. I would have played it so that the world will see. The insecurity in the zoo is not caused by Simon Ekpa. It doesn't have anything to do with Simon Ekpa. It is something that the zoo themselves caused. And I want to play, okay, let me play this one. Although this one is also about insecurity. A confession of base far back again when they kidnap that prelate.
What pains me most is that these people told us that they are going to bring, after buying enough weapons, they'll bring all those that have been put in disarray or driven away from Zamfara, Katsina, Zambisa forest, that they are all coming to locate themselves in Igbo land, that there's no security in Igbo land, that they will come there and then they will deal with us. And that the dumb man was just flippant. Maybe he took something. He said, do you know Ibadan, Lagos Expressway? We are in all the bush there. We're everywhere there. We're also in the south. So we are waiting for the slightest signal. We will finish you people and take over this land. So they claim that Nigeria belongs to Fulani. They said it. That is why we are afraid of, I've been talking about this open grazing and this Roga. Yeah. They have a plan. They have a plan. And I accuse the soldiers who are not non-Christians. Some of them are Fulani. They are part of it. Because they are shooting this man. When our people wanted to comb the bush, the soldiers said, if you move a step, we'll finish you. Don't go there. So they know where the boys are. They know the location. And what they do is in the daytime, they use their cow to confuse people. Then after some time, the cows will go to rest and they take their gun and do the operation of kidnapping. Government should act decisively. They should act decisively. Otherwise, what is happening in the northern part of the country will be a child's play to what will happen here. So government should sit up, because the primary purpose of government is to secure life and property. Yeah. Any government that has failed in that has failed woefully. And Nigeria is on a reverse gear. We are nosediving. We are nosediving. We don't have security. All the bush, we went around, no soldier, no police, nothing. The people, were having a field there. And where they released us was, if they kidnap people along Isukwato, they will parade them and there, when they pay ransom, they are released from that particular spot. Those they arrest, they kidnap along Enugu Expressway, Log Banta, they bring them. Eventually, they bring them there to collect ransom. Those they kidnap along anywhere in the south, around the southwest. So they know that they are there. And I guess that when I said to the Oga, how do you collect this money? He said, don't worry. Once we are through with you, we will invite motorcyclists. They will come and there will be a truck. A truck will come to put the money in the truck. And that the people who paid them said that was exactly what happened. Immediately they came out from the bush. They told them they were monitoring whether there is police or army. They said, go up. Okay, come back, come this way. And then eventually they stopped. A truck came without number. So the boys will carry one Ghana must go, put in the truck until they took the 100,000. After they have counted it, 100 million. They said, okay.
You have seen this confession. Many of us have seen it in the past. But these people will never relate to these issues. They keep on blaming our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They keep on blaming the government of Biafra, that the Biafrans are the ones taking life of themselves. But there are evidence, numerous of it. That is why today, when you hear some people talking about accusing Mazi Simon Ekpa of terrorism in Finland, I laugh. Mazi Simon Ekpa, without moving an inch, we give them thousands of evidence to show that it is Nigerian government itself that is sponsoring terrorism in that country. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama that we had the good news. The other four brothers, our four brothers who were detained and questioned with our Prime Minister, the four of them have been released. And no charges released without any single charges. They have been released. They've gone back to their family. No single charges against any single one of them. Just yesterday we got the news. And you hear our Deputy Prime Minister posted it on her handle. And very soon, you know what to expect. You know what to expect. Go ahead, my brother Max.
You know, Max the chicks. You see, yesterday I was very, very happy because of how things was. I could not even comment on it. The four great sons of Biafra land that was released without charges. That is to tell you what is going to happen to our Prime Minister. I believe, based on what the minister said here, that about 3 of the charges against him has been dropped. If I heard her well, 3 of those charges has been dropped, and the other one definitely European system or judicial system, system of adjudication is not what you can, tenable in Africa continent. The principle of human life will be protected, in that place, in the case of our Prime Minister. But you see these people. This Catholic bishop, I think it's a Catholic bishop, that paid this 100 million naira to a group of Fulani, armed kidnappers in Biafra land. I still have my reservation about him. If we were told to provide this money secretly for the upkeep of the Biafran Liberation Army that is fighting and protecting the land, so that they will be more potent to enter into those areas and cover them, will he agree?
How do you?
Will he agree? In the first place, Massachusetts, I think he is one of the people that have been preaching for paradise. Is he not preaching for paradise? So there is a better world than what we are today. He could have just said, okay, if you want to take my life because I'm going. I didn't do anything. I didn't commit anything. I'm going to paradise. But he forced his congregants, the members, to pay such amount, raise such amount of money to pay to criminal kidnappers that are not indigenous to my mother's ancestral land. It's an indictment upon him, because he wouldn't have even paid half of that money and use it secretly to support the youths that have taken it upon themselves to fight for the liberation of that land. How I wish they would continue to kidnap them. How I wish they would continue to take them. Let them be paying that money that they're supposed to pay to the PLA in order to maintain our land. You see, this is the reason I would never have any pity upon any of them, because these are evil men. Ndo Kenya no nulo ewo mo wana nli. Ndo Kenya barisi awo no ewo mo wana nli. When other people in their counterparts are protecting their own, they are out there becoming political correct, becoming patriotic citizens, Nigerian patriotic citizens, every time pushing their own children away into the slaughterhouse for the enemy to catch them and slaughter them. That's what they do. As for these media people that are talking this nonsense here, you know, anytime it comes to the terrorists in the north, they know how to they micromanage their mouth and they know what to say. But when it comes to Biafran people, oh, all heaven will let loose for them to say whatever they want to say. I am not perturbed by anything they say. I am not. The only thing I am out for is the restoration and the final existence and the coming of Biafra as a nation, recognized right across the world. Anything they say here is irrelevant to me, because they are saying it in Nigeria. Do they have what do they call it? Press freedom in Nigeria? Do you have freedom of expression in Nigeria? Is it not Sheikh Okinlobi that asks a more powerless question? They fine him 5 million and so on and so forth. They are being gagged. They determine for them what they will preach and what they would not say on a media like this. So I don't care whatever. What I am after is what I am going to contribute, what I am going to do, so that my mother's ancestral land will be rid of these criminal elements. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Now we are going to be rounding up on this program, and everyone that is watching, I want you to pay attention closely, and you know where we are today. The Biafran government is moving forward. If anybody is telling you that there is a government somewhere or that government is not working, don't pay attention. The government of Biafra is intact. That government is still under the command of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. His government is on running. Today, under the order of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, she is doing everything humanly possible to keep that office running until our Prime Minister joins us. The international engagements have started. The recognition move has been made, just as she announced yesterday. Even in the midst of the destruction and attacks, she is not paying attention. That is my joy. She is moving forward. On her Twitter page yesterday, when she was making comments, you can see the progress that has been made so far and the orders that have been given. And these things are things that Mazi Simon have already put in place. That is why I tell people, why are you telling me you are confused if you are a follower of Mazi Simon Ekpa? Every single thing the Deputy Prime Minister is doing today are things that Mazi Simon have told us that he's going to do. And he aligned them. That is why in one of the jingles I play here, where she was speaking, she said that Mazi Simon have laid the foundation on how things are going to be done from A to Z, from beginning to the end. The only thing she's doing today is open them chapter by chapter. When that time comes, she open the page. And those who cannot be able to follow up, those who never liked our Prime Minister right from day one, they get angry. They see the opportunity to voice their anger and begin to do whatever they want to do. If you are a follower and believer of Master Simon Ekpa, you can't be having this confusion that others are having. Everything she's doing today are things that Master Simon Ekpa has spoken about. Just like Master Simon Ekpa doing everything Master Nandikan has spoken about. The only thing you need to do is to pay attention. Tomorrow will be the last fundraising for the year. Tomorrow fundraising is going to be the last fundraising for the year. It's supposed to be a bombshell. Everybody is supposed to be there. Everybody is supposed to pay attention to that very fundraising. Be there and make a contribution. No matter how little, it will go a long way. Tomorrow, Saturday, is going to be a special day. Let everybody key in. Everybody join under fundraising, make your contribution, no matter how little, put it forward in pursuit of the recognition and the defense of Biafra land. It is not an easy task. To restore Biafra on the ground is not an easy task. The men on the ground need the equipment. For them to have that equipment, it is the government of Biafra that will provide the equipment. Who are that government? You and I. We don't have any organization sponsoring the restoration of Biafra. We do not have any government sponsoring it. There's no organization. There's nobody anywhere except you and I. We are the ones sponsoring our freedom. Tomorrow is a special day. Do not miss it. Wherever you go, do not miss it. Make sure you are there tomorrow and be part of that fundraising and continue to carry the message of Biafra. Continue to celebrate the declaration of the restoration of Biafra. It has been done. It has been done. And there is no going back. It is forward ever and backward never. Thank you, my fellow Biafrans, and I would like my beloved sister Ojugo to make a submission and include the closing remark as we round up on today's program. My sister Ojugo, are you there? You're muted. Or I think maybe she slept off or she's not around. My brother Maxwell, go on. Give us a closing remark.
Yeah, thank you so much. And glory be to God that we have come to the end of this program today in good faith. And I say, may glory be to Chukwu Okike Abiyama that has given us the power. Whatever that you do, a Biafran, please be rest assured that you are not fighting a loose war. You are fighting a just cause ordained by God, and it is a call for freedom. It is not a call to invade other people's land. It is a call to protect and to safeguard self-preservation, dignity, and self-defense of my mother's ancestral land. Let nobody tell you differently about this. It is enshrined. It is your natural responsibility to take care of yourself, self-preservation, and protect your dignity and your land that God has placed you on. Do not allow anybody through your mistakes to take it away from you. Otherwise, you will be a slave forever, and you will never recover from it. May I say, may God forbid to that. Support the COS, support the United States of Biafran government that is in place now. Do everything that you can to make sure that it is positively impacted in this administration. I love every one of you. I say, may God bless Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The load that he is carrying on behalf of the Biafran people will never kill you wherever you are. Rather, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will exalt you and exalt those people that are supporting and fighting for you. May God also bless the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, wherever he is. Let the hand of God speak for him. Let the Spirit of God that he worships go before him and strike the hearts of men that are still holding him. Let them not see any fault in him. And that is my prayer. For those of us that are fighting daily to make sure that we promote the interests of Biafra and my mother's ancestral land in particular, I say, may God continue to bless you. Whatever you place your hand will work for every one of you. And shame will not be our portion at the end. I pray that Biafra will come in our own time so that we will bequeath to our children a free and resilient, peaceful nation called Biafra, instead of continue to fight the same fight we are fighting today. Thank you so much. I remain your Kene. You are Wanwa from Upper East region, from the Kusasi Mole Dabo ethnic group. I love you. Thank you for having me.
Love you too. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you too. My beloved sister Ojugu, are you there? Is Ojugu still there? It's not easy to deal with time difference, you know. This is what happens sometimes when we are in meeting. I will just sleep off. I'll just sleep off. When I wake up, I see that the whole thing is off already. So thank you so much, Biafrans, wherever you are connected from, any place you join us from. I appreciate you. I thank you for being part of this program. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. We pray for our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, for strength, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, wherever he is. We know that he's going to join us very soon, and we are expecting to hear him very, very soon. We pray for our Supreme Amazon Nandekan. We pray for him to be strong. We pray for good health. We pray for strength. We pray for healing. We pray for wisdom. We pray for revelations. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide him and protect him. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Deputy Prime Minister will prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Amazon shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate everyone that has participated. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to be with us, guide us, protect us, and secure us. See you again tomorrow. Bye.
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
I want you to understand that forget whatever that is going on social media. Forget whatever that the Nigeria terrorist states are saying on social media and behaving on their National Assembly. They know that the game is over. I am telling you the fact. The northern Nigeria know that the game is over. I know what is going on within them. The presidency of Nigeria know that the game is over. The Senate President Akpabio knows that the game is over. The only people that do not know, or maybe they are just skeptical, are the gullible one Nigerians who are believing in the Nigerian terrorist army that they have the capability to eliminate Biafrans, don't knowing that I actually lost the war already before we even.
Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So on that note, I welcome everyone to this fundraising. The finance department is going to figure out if our fundraising is going to be weekly fundraising, is going to be bi-monthly fundraising. That information is going to come to us as quickly as possible. We must maintain, we must continue to do whatever our Prime Minister wants us to do to raise the money we need to source to fund our struggle. And we will continue to do that without adding any extra stress on Biafrans in any form or shape. That is why the Finance and Budgeting Department will take it from there and inform us appropriately when our fundraising is going to be going on. So on that note, I welcome everyone. And we are going to declare this fundraising for the United States of Biafra open. Again, like I've said, there's only one order. There's only one place. The legitimate fundraising for the United States of Biafra, Briggy, under His Excellency Simon Ekpa, will go today. And that is the New Dimension mandate. That's the only approved account. And then the account that's been approved in Homeland. So when you click on the New Dimension mandate, you scroll down, you will see the Homeland donate account. And we're already getting a lot of reports that the Homeland people are donating to that account. Thank you so much, Homeland people, for following that instruction and making your donations as we are getting updates on the donations from the different 40 states in Homeland. Thank you so much.
Biafran itsenäisyyttä ajava nigerialaisryhmä on kokoontunut Lahteen. 5-päiväisessä tapahtumassa ryhmä on tehnyt Biafran itsenäisyysjulistuksen. Tapahtuman taustalla on lahtelainen Simon Ekpa, joka vangittiin viime kuussa epäiltynä terrorismirikoksesta. Ryhmä suunnittelee huomiseksi Lahteen isoa mielenosoitusta Ekpan vuoksi. Hämeen poliisi seuraa tapahtumia.
We gathered in Helsinki last year for the preparation to today's event. And then we chose Lahti because our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, whom the Finland local authorities says that he's inciting us, he's not here with us today. So we gathered here because this is a city where he lives. And we are used to Finland. They say he's inciting people. But we are fighting for our freedom. We have the right to self-determination. And that's exactly the same thing our Prime Minister is doing.